we were at under 25 in Bangalore.
Oh, all right, yeah.
And he sees us there, sees me and Stu with us. Then he comes up to us and he says, "It's nice to meet you guys. I'm so happy I'm meeting you. So talented." He's like, So then I looked at him and I was like, Nikhil, aren't you the multi-millionaire Nikhil Kamath?
Billionaire,
and then he's like, yeah. He doesn't know what to say, bro. and then I tell him, you look, I didn't recognize you looked even more handsome like in real life. You did on
You had to save it.
Yeah, he felt so bad.
I remember Yugu goes like, I think he just in passing he said, take my number down and if you need anything. Yugu removed it. He started in formality. Yugu comes to me, he's like, bhai, ye dekh.
सबको जाके दिखा रहा था.
I remember someone like, I think Yugo shook his hand and Yugo goes, this is the first billionaire's hand I've ever shook in my life. He's saying all of this in front of him. I'm like, bro.
Okay, I think we're good to go. Arey, it's fine. Fuck the makhi.
You can't kill the makhi, bro. You have to...
Okay, let's go. Chef Harsh.
Rabbit, hello.
Bro, thank you for that meal, first of all. We've had
Wow,
like...
the nicest meal I've had in Bombay.
In a while.
In Bombay, no,
In period, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those ribs.
I mean, this is the second time I'm having
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, we were there last year.
Pop-up as
We had
well.
come for the pop-up.
But this was like on a different level, I think.
This is at home, na? Ghar pe aake.
And it's a Sunday. The vibes are also
Yeah.
like
Biryani.
cook out. Sunday biryani.
It's
bro.
it was so beautiful, bro. Like pork biryani, wow.
Yeah.
I'm just done
That's
that chili.
actually the first time I've had
good, man.
pork biryani. Actually.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that's
I've
why.
never
That was the whole motto, to make you all something that's not there.
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Yeah, but thank you so much for feeding us, man. That was beautiful.
Our moms haven't done that in a while.
But that's what I do. This is what I do for a living. Yeah.
Is this your typical Sunday go-to meal? Like biryani?
No. In fact, I was kind of revising on how you make biryani because I've not made a biryani in a while.
Oh, wow.
And I do a pork one. I've never made it because it was always it's a little controversial to make pork biryani.
Yeah.
So.
Is that frowned upon? Like in would
So
you
I
not?
researched on it, but then I found out that somewhere in Kerala, they make pork biryani in Kerala.
Okay.
But I've not heard about anywhere around here. I don't think so you get it anywhere here. So I'd like to have fun with food. This was one way of putting a new dish out there
Right.
in the
Do you like sometimes go into this mad scientist like route and you're like, chal, I'll make some wacky shit that people won't expect on you?
See, it has to be an element of surprise, right? How you are trying to make dining experiences more fun, more creative, and given this space where you can have so many cross-cultural references put together. Like when they came for the first pop-up, one of the dish was called Kela Chaat. Now,
We had a few rounds
just
of
a
that.
lot of different things, banana that have gone inside. It's banana flour.
Banana and chaat.
Yeah, it's weird, I know,
Crazy.
but if you get the right balance of textures and something crunchy, something sweet, something rich, all together,
Yeah, how did you all like
You have to
that?
change the name, no, of it?
I had to, because they're like, you can't call it Kela Chaat. But banana chaat is okay, banana chaat is okay.
I feel like anything which ends with chaat has some sort of negative connotation to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a word that means two things.
Yeah.
And the two things are like very
Both are
poles
nice.
apart. Yeah. No, but that was one of the things that I had, and I was like, okay, these flavors I'm having for the first time together. Like you had put banana chips also in it.
Yeah, the banana chips, there's crunchy banana flour that was cooked in, fried.
What
in
is banana
temper.
flour?
It's like these petals that you get. Looks very beautiful, and there are these. It's a lot of work also actually to get one petal out, and there's a plastic-like structure inside that you have to pull out. It's like the bone of it, and then take that, tempura fry it, and do all the different spice mixes.
Kela chaat.
Yeah.
It was too good.
Meetha chutney is also made with overripe bananas and all.
Okay.
So, yeah, a lot of elements of kela put together.
I mean, there's food like this, and also on the other side of the spectrum, there's the most simple food that will never like get old.
Can never go out of fashion.
Like I keep seeing interviews of celebrities, and they ask them what's your favorite like dish, and they all go with like kadi chawal, dal chawal. And then first I didn't understand what they mean, but then after we've moved here and like half the time we're eating outside, a good like dal chawal also just hits the spot.
Of course, yeah. I mean, you gotta, you need to find your relationship with food, how you would like to eat on an everyday basis. How do you like to eat when you host people? And do you have some cultural references like Diwali, Holi? What is it that you eat at home? And, taking that forward in some capacity, but with your own flair to it. And that's how cooking has evolved over the years.
Yeah.
Abhi pehle aisa cooking nahi raha. Now it's different. It's more modern. It's, as per today's day and age. So it's only there to go further and more ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, at
but
the
the
start it
downside
was
to
just
it
like-
also, which is, I'm sure you guys have seen some weird ass combinations of food that's been served on the streets.
On Instagram.
Yeah.
Have you all seen that?
Fanta dosa.
That's disgusting. What are your reels, bro?
They have to get creative. Imagine if you have to put 2-3 videos out every day and they're all getting millions of views. So after a point, you're going to run out of normal things to put out.
Aaj tehal ka omelette banaunga. Have you seen that one?
No, I haven't seen that. I've seen this one guy
guy's
who...
just whipping 12 eggs in a pan. He's not able to flip it and he's broken it everywhere. Ye omelette nahi, tehal ka omelette hai. Bhai. There's some crazy ass views.
They have like Johnny Sins omelette.
What are these reels, bro?
So it's omelette, but he'll take like cream or something or mayo, and then he'll like splash it over. So it's Johnny Sins omelette.
The food porn content has also gone up, right? With men and women who are trying to make a recipe with,
With some added ingredients.
just making it very sexual, the whole video.
What is it? Is what they are
It'll be
making
like a
somewhat...
good-looking woman with like a...
Yeah, like you're kneading the dough.
in a certain way. Yeah.
They're
Like the
wearing
camera's
that-
only showing this much.
They're like
from
wearing
here.
that apron.
Apron without any t-shirt.
Only the apron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sahi.
And they're trying to cut in a certain way and like moving
Yeah.
at high speed.
See, those ones I don't mind. It's the solo guy ones that.
There's some for everyone. Yeah.
yeah.
The
You
women
don't like those? What is your opinion on these videos?
It's cool, right? It's getting the, and
It's
some
getting
killer recipes like at the end of it.
Killer recipes.
Oh, some of them get the vibe right. Like there was this one guy who blew up, who would like smoke a joint at the start.
That guy was really good, bro.
I still follow him.
I don't know his name. I've never found
I think
him,
it's
but
Daniel Williamson. I'm not
Like
not
he-
sure.
he burns the paper.
There are
wrong.
many of them now like that. Yeah. There's Daniel is the paper
he
guy.
burns the paper first.
There's one other guy who flips the spoon outside. Every time he's cooking something, he just throws one spoon out. I'm like, yeah, India mein nahi chalega. Yeah.
Throws it like out of the window.
हाँ, like take it out. Of course. he-
Imagine someone walking niche se. Goes and hits them in the head. Every day they're walking at that time they're getting hit
But
on the
food
head.
content has evolved like through the years. This is like the next step in the evolution where people are getting super creative. Before it was just like the full length recipe.
Ingredients.
Then
once,
Tasty took over and they did like 1 minute quick recipes.
recipes.
And people realized you don't need to show the whole process. Because I think all of this is like evolved from the TV shows,
True.
the TV cooking shows.
Sanjeev
I
Kapoor.
mean, now there's
Sanjeev
so
Kapoor,
much
yeah.
more, earlier, it was just Sanjeev Kapoor who was coming in on TV doing certain style of
He'd
recipes.
be
and all.
everywhere, on my toaster, on my sandwich maker.
Yeah,
on the
we've seen him
TV.
everywhere, bro.
Every ad, pressure cooker.
Swad anusar.
But now it's blown up, and now there are so many more creators. That MasterChef show is blown up. It's got a lot more people interested in wanting to do this. But I honestly strongly feel that we don't have enough hands to cook for the larger population that we have. And there are not a lot of people who are still pursuing it as a career to cook for people and masses on the, or be in a restaurant or a hotel or any catering organization. Yeah. Now there's a big shift of people moving towards content and stuff also. So where all of this is,
Or do you feel like the purpose of why people cook is starting to change? Like be more...
But I mean, you have so many more resources and options now that if you don't wish to cook for yourself, you're getting food by the touch of a button. I feel getting home cooked meal is a privilege on its own now, because even though you have meal at home, you still happen to order from outside, and people have such varied tastes and so many options to choose from. Kind of gets different, right? Like how you're meeting that. So, and in the longer run, eating outside food is not good for your. Yeah.
I only eat food out from outside. Like I only order in, or I go to a cafe or I go to whatever. But then whenever I go visit my parents or whatever, and they feed me, it's like a different thing.
That
only.
hits home, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that hits straight to the heart.
It just makes it so much
But
better
there is something
than
about-
eating junk all week.
There is something about ordering in that I think the food that you order in and eat, it's like it doesn't do the same thing. Like even the way you feel about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it will taste good. Like you're ordering
sure,
food that
yeah.
always tastes good, but like the ingredients or whatever it is, it just doesn't suit your
It doesn't
body
sit right.
I mean,
Yeah.
eating out, you're eating more for the experience. Just compare
Yeah,
it.
it's a
You
whole
guys
experience.
Eat at dosas at home, right?
Yeah.
At home, you could belt like 3-4 easy.
Yeah.
And when you eat out in a restaurant, you just eat one because the amount of fats or butter or richness that's been added to give you that nice, wholesome meal experience.
और इतना
is-
इतना बड़ा
हाँ.
they'll send one.
So, because that's restaurant style, right? It's
Yeah.
bigger utensils and operations and
Right.
that kind of food. So it is much more richer. Of course, if it's a busy restaurant, then the food is more fresher, of course, because they're churning out new things every single day. But there's some sort of lightness when you're eating at home because it's straight made from here. There's not too many hands that have gone to
Yeah.
making that.
Yeah.
Just one, pair of hands that's just making that for you.
I feel like there also is a factor of someone loves you and then those hands are going into
Oh
what
yeah,
makes
that
this food.
energy for sure goes in the food.
Yeah.
Like I was skeptical about it at first when they say,
It's
"Oh,
real,
mom's
man.
love," and all. I was like, "Your mom's just probably a good cook."
Yeah.
But like when someone is cooking for you, it's like there
It's
is some
different.
energy that goes into it for sure.
So it's an act of love.
Yeah.
To, do this. I mean, you also. I feel food on a whole is something that not a lot of people have a decent understanding of this relation of how it should be. We all are, still trying to figure it out. Over the years, you come to know that okay, eating out a lot is not really good for my system, and something's working for you or something's not. And now with everyone being so woke about dairy not working for them or having more food habits and allergies that they are, just aware of and trying to mend their relation with food and eating better and smarter. It's I don't know something.
How
No,
do
it
we-
has changed. It has changed a
It
lot.
has
People
changed,
think about what they eat.
But I don't know how do you guys think about what your next meal is going to be or
I don't at all. For me, I have a very pragmatic relationship with food now where okay मेरे को भूख लगा है मैं खाना खा लूँगा.
okay.
And I'm not even if I've opened my whatever any of these apps,
Yeah.
I'm not like scouring over the best option I can get. Like I
Playing
want
safe.
something that comes early.
So you
What? I also want someone that comes early. Yes. Yes.
But how do you
No,
always
we've
eat
taken
out?
our
No, it's-
food seriously now. Like in the
These
past.
guys are fully like
because
upgrading.
now we have access to a cook. Like that. This is for the even when you're at home, your mom is cooking for you.
Yeah.
Like most families, the mom is like cooking for the family, but you don't have that freedom with आज मैं ये खाऊंगा.
Yeah.
What is cooked at home is what you eat.
Yeah.
You don't go to your mom and say, "Oh, I need this much protein. I need
ये
this
क्या
much
बना है?"
protein. So please cook."
Make this for me today, please.
Yeah, because it's not just for you, it's to feed a family.
Yeah.
But now, because we have a cook, we tell him ki I want like this, and he'll cook it, like whatever you
Does
ask
he
him.
come and ask you like what
Yeah,
what you
ask
want to eat?
क्या
Every
day,
every meal.
He's a little slow.
And is
So
that
you
an
need to tell
annoying
him
question
everything.
to answer every day?
It does get, because the thing is, after a while, how much can you experiment? So then we leave it to Anish. We'll be like, bro, you handle it.
No, now I'm like, I almost have the same dinner every night.
Okay.
It's just like grilled chicken and rice.
Okay.
And then maybe the dal changes. Sometimes it's like masoor dal, sometimes it's normal dal.
Oh, that's good.
And the marinade of the chicken changes. Sometimes it's like a green marinade, sometimes
Red,
spicy,
yeah.
right?
Oh, sweet.
So now it's not that annoying.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah.
he knows what to do every day. But
Cooking at home has become easier also now. Yeah, it's not that tough. You get marinated meats and all
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
these days.
yeah.
So many companies and brands now
yeah.
doing that.
And if you have the privilege of an air fryer, that's even like it's changed my life, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm the biggest air fryer advocate. It makes me sound very spoiled, but
It's not expensive also, bro.
It's not
like
what do you
that
think of air fryers as
It's
a?
shit. Yeah,
It's shit?
Yeah.
In what sense?
I
Like,
mean, you'd rather have an oven, right? Yeah.
But
It's the
then-
same thing. It's just that this you're limited to a basket. I'd
Yeah.
rather have
Like a tray.
No,
It's actually the same thing.
It's the same thing.
yeah.
But here
there's-
in the air fryer, there's more air circulation that happens.
Okay.
That's why it's in a basket with the net at the bottom, and there's cuts made in certain way that the air has the
It
rotation.
circulates.
Yeah.
But there also is the sense of convenience with the air fryer, right? It's simpler to
I mean,
operate.
it's even simpler to do that in a oven. In this you put in a basket, in this you put in a tray, and
I think ovens.
Is that the only- so
ovens
there's
are associated
nothing-
with like a lot of work.
Ovens are intimidating.
You gotta like
Yeah,
preheat
there's
it
a little
and all
bit
of
of
that.
a-
air frying is easy.
Air fry, man,
You just turn it, press
How
it.
long with air
I
fry?
put
but I'll tell
strawberries
you-
in my in the air fryer
What?
once. Yeah, and they tasted delicious.
What is wrong with you?
That's in a very high-end restaurant that would have been very much appreciated. Yeah. Air fried strawberries.
They were good, bro. You should try it.
I
I
think
will now. Yeah.
Next recipe.
Talawa.
I think of it like if I can just switch it on, put my food in, and take it out in 10-15 minutes, and I'm still eating a home cooked meal. I'm not ordering in, like it's doing
Yeah,
something.
microwave is good. There's all this news around it that it's bad and this and that. Fuck that. Yeah.
No, bro.
Microwave is good. You can eat. I was one of those who would think microwave is bad, and I didn't have one for a very long time. Then all of my chefs, got me to understand that. It's not that
Why do
bad.
people claim it's unhealthy to use a microwave?
Some shit you read over the internet, right?
Microwave is not-
Microwave is not bad.
the
it's not quite
radiation.
bad, yeah.
Something.
Radiation, yes. Some shit, but I feel it's a great device. If you can boil a potato in it, you can warm food in it. You can make a lot of things if you know how to hack a microwave. Yeah.
Right.
Imagine telling someone like 200 years ago that there's going to be this one box and you put your food in, you press a button and it's cooked or heated. No fire, nothing. They wouldn't even believe you.
Yeah. They'd probably
They-
ask you
they
what a
wouldn't
button
believe
was.
that you're getting your meat processed out of a packet. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to go hunting for it. Yeah.
Have you watched Spy Kids?
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
that one scene where they put it's like a packet, a strip. They put it in a machine, they press a button and it becomes like a full meal with burger and coke.
Oh, yeah.
Same
We're not
vibes.
too far away, I think, from something like that.
From that sort of yeah.
That'll be too processed though.
That's quite positive to think about. Yeah, to press a button and get food like that.
Yeah, AI food.
Yeah.
Do you
Hi, say. I think you were going to say the same
no,
thing.
you say.
You're definitely not saying
No,
the
I
same.
don't
Say, say.
No, I was going to ask him something else.
Do you
Are you
think
so asking?
AI is going to take over the cooking industry?
Sure.
I think that's one of the industries that's relatively safe from AI. No?
I mean,
You gotta eat every single day, right?
Yeah, you
wait
can't
a
avoid that.
machine, or wait for Spy Kids to make this reality.
Spy Kids. Yeah, but I would like to invest in this. If,
No, I mean,
if it's actually an
Using
idea.
AI, you can at least get like some crazy recipes.
What do you do with the recipe? Cooking is all
Yeah,
about
exactly.
touch,
That's what.
feel, the
Like
whole...
we said, that energy that you have to put into
Yeah,
it.
yeah. It's... You need that.
You don't cook na at all, so
No, not at all.
You should know how to cook for survival.
I know how to cook for survival.
Yeah, that's good.
Basic I can cook.
just what
Yeah.
eggs fry.
Eggs, then some Chinese I can cook.
Chinese you can do.
yeah,
Like what?
Cow-
Like,
Like
Triple Szechuan.
yeah. One of the most basic, like your chili chicken.
Zara
types.
aisa paga
You know
ke-
how to make chili chicken?
Yeah, bro. I'll make
Like
one
with the
night.
corn flour and all.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
made
I
now.
made.
We vlogged it now once.
Yeah.
I
one
just
of-
can't believe it.
Marinated chicken.
That's the
and
most
heated
that I
it
can
and-
do. Like,
Oh, that's good.
that's my pinnacle.
I make a nice dal tadka and rice.
Why don't you cook for yourself then, bastard?
I
If
don't
you're
like
ordering.
cooking. I have this very like I don't want to cook.
Okay.
Like I
Are you okay to do dishes though? No.
no. I don't enjoy the kitchen.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
You
I'm
don't
sorry, I
cook, you
said
don't
it.
clean.
No, I
He's an independent woman. But why? What's wrong?
No, see, I have like these many hours in my day, and unfortunately, most of those are dedicated towards doing certain things which I don't want to not do. So, to like include a like time slot within that day where I have to know what I feel like having and then source my ingredients, learn how
You're
what
supposed
the
to
recipe
do it
is,
once a
cook.
week.
Yeah, you source
check
all
this
the
out.
ingredients
Then I've
once
got
a
to cook. Then I get to eat, which takes the least amount of time. After which I have to do the dishes and then go to sleep. I'm sorry.
Okay, get paper.
I don't know. Maybe.
But
when
that makes a lot of sense, bro. That he doesn't go to the kitchen. He doesn't even drink water. Like you drink very less water through
I
the
drink
day.
water.
No, you don't. That makes a lot of sense.
So
Okay,
Chef
man.
Harsh.
Yes, dehydrated.
This is why he's putting his strawberries in a fucking air fryer.
What about you? Are you?
He's just against water of any form.
He's like, fuck that.
Strawberry में भी नहीं चाहिए.
निकाल दे सारा पानी उसमें से.
What do you think about since we're on the topic of unhealthy eating, what do you think of fast food and stuff? Do you eat that kind of stuff?
Of course,
Kind of stuff.
it's delicious, yeah. Who
What's your
wouldn't?
favorite? Like a McDonald's?
No. Yeah. No McDonald's. I'm not even a packet noodles guy.
Not even like the ramens?
No. My team hates me for that for one reason. I like my noodles fresh, but I like all this Indian farsan things. Have you eaten? Have you eaten what's a dosa khakra?
No.
Dude, you should totally get it.
I'm a
It's-
khakra
Is it
fan,
like
but
a
I
crispy
haven't had.
dosa?
It's like this buttery, thin, crispy dosa. Have you eaten kori roti?
Yeah, kori roti.
So imagine kori roti, which is cooked slightly more and has a layer of butter on it. It's like
Okay.
nicely browned a little bit. It's as thinner than a khakra. And bro, you just can't stop. Like, fuck all these chips and
It's like a
yeah.
Gujarati croissant.
Gujarati also.
Banana chips. I
banana
love
chips.
banana chips.
I
Do you
don't-
like
I
the-
dislike banana chips to the core.
Get the
bro.
fuck out, bro.
It tastes like nothing.
What do you mean
Banana
it
chips
tastes
taste like nothing.
You're an idiot.
Banana chips with that coconut oil I don't like. I like banana chips.
Do you like
with-
the spicier long ones or do you like the yellow circular
I
ones?
like
What are
the
we talking about?
banana chips. I like the sweet banana chips that they make with little ripe bananas. So it's
yeah.
like salty and but sweet.
little bit of sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Those are
They're the best. Yeah.
What is your take on veg Manchurian?
I like veg
I
manchurian.
It
like
tastes like
Manchurian.
air, bro. There's no taste to it.
What does taste like air?
No, I mean the
Cabbage
sauce
balls.
is,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, there's nothing to it.
It's just cabbage
You
and
bite it
carrot
and it's
balls with in a gravy of
But
soy
I
sauce
like
and-
the texture of that.
Yeah,
It's,
I don't mind veg manchurian. I think it's very much Indian also, I guess. Yeah.
It's very desi.
Desi Chinese.
I like some veg food slaps for sure.
Like?
Like paneer tikka is.
I've
I've
always
always been a. Sometimes I'd like take it over chicken tikka also.
I
If
think a
done well.
lot of veg food slaps, yeah, especially in India.
Do you end up eating more of non-vegetarian food or vegetarian food? Or working with?
Depends. When I'm like really into my when I'm following like a particular diet in a sense of how much I'm supposed to eat, calories and this and that.
Right.
I eat a lot of animal protein, which is fish, chicken, beef, whatever. Yeah.
Right.
And apart from that, vegetarian. I've grown up in a vegetarian household, so veg is always a part of the meal
Yeah.
in some form or the other. Yeah.
If you're a vegetarian, India is the place to be.
Yeah.
I think you don't
Best.
get
Yeah.
this variety
Yeah, all
anywhere
this
else.
veganism and all the things that they're trying to create for vegan food. I think we already had this in our subculture since so many years. It's just that you cut
yeah?
out ghee from it. Yeah, I think about it. South Indian food. If everything's made with coconut milk and there are so many different dals and vegetables and so many different grains and cereals that you consume, and it's all vegan. It's delicious food. It's sustainable. It's something that you can follow for the rest of your life and not even repeat a single dish again.
Okay, but then why is there this impression that veganism is an expensive thing for people to take on?
बादाम से दूध निकालेगा तो यही होगा ना. Yeah.
Yeah.
बादाम सीधा खाएगा तो अलग बात है.
But I didn't know that most South Indian food was
Think about
abided
it.
by
Coconut
vegan.
oil, no?
Coconut
Coconut oil,
coconut
coconut milk, heavily used, so many veg things. It's also like I don't know how these recipes came into being, but it is always seen as seasonality of what vegetables are available in what season.
Right.
Now with the whole globalization of farming, also you're getting everything all
Through
around
the
the
year,
year.
yeah.
But there are still seasonal vegetables that grow in a particular time of the year, and most of the Indian preparations you'd see, they are same basic jeera rai, ghee, some kadi patta or something, and it's just like a stir fry of sorts in an Asian way or this is an Indian way.
Right.
You'll have a little bit of haldi,
Yeah.
basic stuff. So much more of veg food to explore, and meat is just like the protein, just one supplement that's separate. So if you cut that out and you cut dairy out from the mix, you have a lot of vegan options from regional references from India that you can consume on an everyday basis.
Yeah. Vegan is a lot of work though. Like if you are cooking for yourself, first of all, like to learn those recipes to begin with. Like if you're someone who's suddenly gone vegan, it's gonna take you a while. I tried it for a month just to experiment and see how
Do you
my
feel better, lighter?
lighter, yes, but I started like losing weight. So I figured if there is a way to do it, is like you need to go and do blood work and see what your body lacks, and then take supplements, because suddenly a lot of nutrients are disappearing from your diet. So I've had friends who've done it for a while and they got sick and they had to like start eating meat again.
Oh, okay.
So
There are a big segment of people who have felt better also. Right?
it feels better, like this feeling of how you have lunch and then you need a nap.
Yeah.
That
You
fully
feel
goes away.
light.
Like all your energies.
Not lethargic.
Yeah, you're lighter, but I mean, like I say, to each its own. Yeah. You gotta find what your
works for your
relation
body,
with food. You gotta mend it and find what works for you the best.
Right.
Which I guess over the years will happen once you start realizing that if you're changing certain food patterns and how it's affecting you and how you're
It
getting
does.
better.
Yeah.
And at different stages of life, your want for this is changing. Like I've now started becoming more conscious about my meat eating choices, wanting to eat more vegetarian food, just out of choice. And there are decent protein supplements to get your and whatever vitamins that you're lacking, you can get in a form of a pill or any supplement. So it's just of how much you want to invest in your own body and your own well-being. Yeah. There are various ways to get to know and understand what your body wants. Yeah.
Also, you have to try things out for yourself because
Yeah,
like your
beta
body
test.
responds.
Right.
And also it has a lot to do with your genetics and how your like family and ancestors have been eating for. So for me, a family who's like always been non-vegetarian since I think my first like ancestor to suddenly go vegan, it doesn't sit right with your body because it's like generations and generations of conditioning.
Yeah. हाँ तो heritage के साथ खेल रहा है ना. It's not how it was.
My great
programmed.
granddad was looking at me from there. It's like, what happened to him?
ये क्या दूध पी रहा है? कैसा दूध पी रहा है?
Milk is a little difficult to let go. I think milk by itself is
easy to let go,
easy,
but
but
what
the
it
products.
goes
But
with
वो
is
भी
what-
कितना
yeah.
चेंज हुआ है यार. Now you're drinking milk of a carton.
Yeah.
दूध वाला आ रहा है क्या घर पे?
It's no longer that.
Earlier you would have dahi made at home. Now you're eating out of a packet. So it's changed over the years. People identifying dairy not working for them now is after milk has been now milked.
Process.
So
Yeah,
well,
it's all
yeah.
process.
The whole milk industry that way. क्या products है दूध का?
Milk and just food in general now. This FSSAI don't really look at, like, they aren't really reviewing and going through the ingredients on the back of a product to like
I
say
mean,
whether-
they are, and
But then
there are some
there's-
people after them also who are trying to, get people more aware that how these guys are trying to scam them in a way. Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out Food Farmer.
Food farmer.
He's dedicated, bro. to
He's
that
dedicated
task.
his life to just.
And it's cool. It's cool.
It's
work.
cool, yeah. It's really cool because for me, I've been in a profession where I'm cooking food based on someone's diet and stuff, and putting it out there for them. So I, as a habit, started reading nutrition labels because I have to
Right.
count calories for a particular diet plan. So, that's how I would make my measurements and portion sizes, and then cook with that and serve that. And when I started reading labels, I realized that there's so much of misinformation out here that is not really known to people. So. Really shout out to Food Farmer for
It is-
dedicating his time to
It's
this.
very difficult in India to. There is multiple factors, and the main one is cost. So if you're making food, any packaged food, your cost is the biggest factor.
Yeah.
So when you eat like Indian chocolates, the same chocolates like Kit Kat, Snickers, the ingredients are way different from the ones that you get abroad, and that's. My guess is to fit it within people's like
Budget.
correct.
and make it affordable for it.
Not really, but
I mean, even they want to make more than how much money.
then
they're
how
giving
would
into
it be a
right?
standardized product?
Exactly.
It's a global brand. Kit Kat इधर खाया, Japan में खाया, same होना चाहिए. But
I
of
think
course
it's
not-
because it's made with local ingredients.
Of
The
course.
taste changes.
There will not
Water
be that
also.
much. Water is one big factor.
Yeah, water
you
is
will
the
not
biggest
look
factor.
at buying chocolate from. So I don't know where is Kit Kat from. That maybe if it's from Japan, they'll buy chocolate from Japan. But if they want to sell Kit Kat in India, of course they have
Yeah.
to buy chocolate from here. Right?
Right.
The recipes can be standardized, brought here, and they put a lot of money in research
Yeah.
and getting them streamlined.
But why do you think like they would go for, let's say, palm oil in India, whereas they're going for like vegetable oil?
Cheaper. Palm oil is cheaper. It's
mean,
not good for you.
it's not good for you, it's
in
not
a-
good for
in
the
a-
environment
in a
also.
large amount. But see, going outrightly and bashing them up is also not right.
Okay.
Now, like I said, you have to be invested in knowing what's good for you, and then understanding whether palm oil chalta hai ki nahi chalta hai. So many factors to it. Now if your income is not enough for you to buy cold press flaxseed coconut oil, तो जो है वो लेके खाएगा ना. They are not thinking about आज मेरा
Yeah.
diet में इतना protein आया कि नहीं. So
It's a privileged thing for you to be able
so
to.
if you're aware of it, be grateful and just see what works for you. You have to be
Yeah.
invested, like I said, to know about your own body. And
Do you really scour like the back of like products whenever you're
I
buying
do,
them?
and that just made my choice of eating much more smarter. Of what products would be, because there's so much of there's so many products that you actually use on an everyday basis. There are so many brands that make the same product as well. So there are so many factors that you consider. That what's the price point, whether I'm getting. It's very subjective also to what you're buying and all.
Right.
So and it's across the board. These are the things that we're talking about: perishables, non-perishables, which is on the shelf of a store. But if you can also like buy vegetables also that are really expensive nowadays. And I mean, the point I'm trying to make is there's so much of availability and there's so much of information and so many products that one might get confused and get lost in this process. So har baar label pad nahi jayega. So I guess you have people who do this for you, and that's why some people come to us and want us to cook for them on an everyday basis.
Yeah.
Right.
How picky are, like, let's say, the celebrities that, not picky is not the right word, like how particular are
How
celebrities
particular are
with their diets? Like,
Very much, especially actors and the athletes that we cook for. They do this for a living because they have to have certain fitness goals that they have to achieve every now and then. If it's an actor, they are playing different movie roles and they have to become bigger, smaller, or stay fitter, carry out action sequences and dance all day and all of that. Cricketers as well, they have to be on a specific diet that keeps them fueled through an entire 50-over match or a 20-over match. So diets change as per that. You know, your carb loading will happen more on a 50-over match day. Match खेलने के बीच में
so is that what they go for? Because cricket players are not particularly known for being super fit. Like,
It's changing now, though.
least-
It's
Yeah.
changing now.
I mean, see, the definition of fit is very different.
Yeah, that's what
The
I'm
common
trying to ask.
misconception: fit is like abs, muscles, boom,
Lean.
fit. Yeah. it's very important to understand what your fitness goals are. If your fitness, like my fitness goal is to be able to stand in the kitchen for 12 hours and cook, and not have any backaches and this and that and all. So be fit enough to do that and carry out your everyday activities very normally without any pains and stuff. So with every different person, different fitness goals, you identify what your needs are, and based on that you chalk out a diet plan that works for you the best. What I'm saying is that they constantly have to keep switching between like I said, like a 50-over match and a 20-over match. Your calorie intake before a 50-over match and a calorie intake before a 20-over match is going to be different, especially when you're bowling. Batting kara to theek hai. There is, you can always go and grab a meal in the break time and all.
I've seen them eat.
Even we've seen some of the actors eat it, and that dabba has been signed by one of our chefs to them. It's such a great feeling to cook for cricketers.
Do you also like provide meal plans and all for these, or do they come with it to you?
Some of them have some nutritionist or fitness coach who they are consulting, and they come up with that. But what they give on a piece of paper, we decode that to real food. And at the same time, one of the USPs of our services is that there are options and things that one can create and provide you with whatever you want at any given point of time.
That's crazy. That means you've played a role in India winning the World Cup this year.
And last year
they won because of you. That's
not me.
The food.
Two of my chefs were cooking for two of the cricketers, and last year as well. So Australia, one of our chefs was also cooking for an Australian cricketer.
Damn it!
Come on, man. That's
They're always World Cup winners, but
at the same time, we had 4 chefs cooking from our team, cooking for 4 team members in the Indian cricket team.
Can you name these cricketers?
We were cooking for KL Rahul, Hardik Pandya, Surya Kumar Yadav, R. Ashwin. And the Australian cricketer was Marcus Stoinis. Though he didn't play any matches, he played just 1 or 2. But our chef lifted the World Cup. Twice now. It's.
I think you guys should sign a long-term deal with the Indian cricket. It's working, whatever you guys.
Get them on
but
retainer.
we work on an individual capacity with
each of these people.
Yeah. So. We are not anything related to with the BCCI or anything.
What's it like hanging out with these guys?
I've not hung out as much as my team has. Ever since I've taken this step of starting my brand, the Private Chefs Club, we've had more and more chefs who have been trained and now been doing this. So I've met them initially for a meeting and in middle sometime. They're like cops.
There's a fire brigade.
Something
is on fire.
Good thing it's raining a lot.
No, the best part is always during the rains, there's something that catches fire in Bombay. I think it's short circuits.
Maybe.
You were saying.
I was saying.
You were saying about who all you've hung out with. He was asking how it's like with the cricketers.
I've hung out with a few of them. We've cooked for KL Rahul on his anniversary, and that's the time I met him. Met him before when I was in Gujarat for some private dinner that we were cooking for, and my team also happened to be in Gujarat during the World Cup finals. So I went and met him there. We're pretty much I'm not in touch with them on an everyday basis. That's something that the chefs who are assigned to them are on an everyday basis doing that. On and off, I keep meeting them, cooking for if they have a gig at home and they want me to come over and do something.
Like a pop-up or some sort of event at home?
Like a private dinner. So one of our verticals is private dining services, where we provide meal experience at home. It could be a sit-down, 5-course meal, elaborate thing, or it could be floating appetizers and floating mains and desserts and stuff. So curated means understanding what your crowd is like, how many vegetarians, vegans, Jains. Yeah, we don't talk about Jains, by the way. Fuck,
Yeah.
Jain is very big. It's bigger than veganism, dude.
They also have a lot of money.
Yeah, and if you open a 100% Jain or vegetarian place, bro,
It
you're
booms.
locked in. You're locked in for business for
Yeah.
decades now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is true.
My ex-girlfriend, she had a friend who was Jain and vegan.
So she didn't eat anything.
She
No,
basically goes to a restaurant and
dairy
orders a
and-
plate of salt, bro. Like nothing else. Like, what do you eat?
Yeah,
It's
no,
like-
no root vegetables, no.
Kanda vinda bhi nahi kha
Kanda
sakte.
That is
nahi,
wild,
lasun
bro.
nahi, Yeah.
Kanda bhi nahi khayega, dairy bhi nahi khayega.
So
kuch bhi
there's
nahi
one more rule of theirs that says what like if you serve water to a Jain person, if you drink it half and keep it down, you can't like
Take
Touch
it
it
take
again.
it back again and drink that again. So I'm like, isn't that like too much?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if they drank alcohol, bro. They always have to chug their drinks. You can't keep it back
I
down.
think alcohol is one of the things they don't do.
That's why they said.
It's not allowed in the Jain
That's why
diet.
they're like, no.
I don't think they draw the line
What
at
does that
onion.
mean? Like, is the glass
Kya
impure or
pata,
something?
bro. I mean, there's so many. We just every time I meet a Jain diet person, also I ask them like, what kinds are you?
Other, yeah.
Because there are some who are like kanda lasun chalega if we can't see it.
They're the risky
Yeah.
Jain.
The risky ones.
then they after a few drinks, after some chugging, they're like gravy chalega. Thoda. But yeah, it's very subjective person to person. Everyone has very different wants.
I always find it very funny when someone who's from a vegetarian family secretly eats meat outside.
Yeah, I have a friend. I think they all do it. We all have that. We have the same friend.
It's not a nice thing to say, but I get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
Like,
नहीं मजा तो आता है भाई. You
not like I'm
little-
forcing. It's like they're just ready to be asked because like they don't hesitate.
Yeah. For them, it's like that thrill. It's the thrill of, committing a crime.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they enjoy it more, I feel.
Chicken lollipop.
And like they try to convince themselves, like Yugu, he is from a vegetarian family. No one in his family eats non-veg, and he eats chicken. Sorry if his family is watching, but he won't eat it if it looks like chicken.
Yeah.
So it should look,
Off
it should
the
look
bone,
like
he won't
what?
eat anything.
Yeah.
Fish.
He
Nothing
can't eat
off
off
the
the
bone.
bone.
Chicken
okay.
nuggets from
Ah, okay,
McDonald's.
okay.
Chicken nuggets.
He
chicken
won't eat like
momo.
grilled chicken breast.
No.
Yeah.
He
No.
can't, because like he can see that it's chicken.
Yeah.
Keema khayega.
Keema
Keema
khayega.
शायद से खाएगा.
Keema, I don't think he eats, no?
Like if it's within.
Chicken momos खाएगा.
Oh, hidden.
Ha.
Yeah.
It has to be layered. Then he'll eat.
What else?
Wow.
Butter chicken, he'll only take the gravy.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the gravy he takes.
And he'll like just touch the roti to the chicken once and then he'll eat. Like there's nothing that comes into it.
No protein. Yeah.
Hey bro, if you're committing a sin, like go all the way.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
what
not.
is-
Just do it.
Do you have things that you choose not to eat? Or like you won't eat ever?
Yeah. Very few things that I don't eat. That I dislike eating. I don't know. Shrikhand I don't eat.
I was thinking something along the lines of like insects, dog meat, and stuff. Shrikhand is.
What a
Yeah.
Shrikhand
You
ever
know what? I'm not
does.
gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
I like
don't get it.
Amrakhand.
Amrakhand is good.
Amrakhand is goated.
I will have
Shrikhand
yeah.
is.
I cannot eat Shrikhand.
I don't know. Amrakhand is Aam wala Shrikhand.
Yeah.
It's
That is
fucking
nice.
delicious.
That's too good.
okay.
Shrikhand is too sweet.
Yeah,
There's something wrong with it.
I'm not gonna say anything about this stuff.
Too
I
much
feel
good.
like it's.
It'll get hate?
Yeah, it'll get a lot of
नहीं, it's
aggressive.
okay. Like,
हाँ,
I like it,
Shrikhand-
भाई अच्छी बात है. You're nice when you eat with puri and all, but कितना ही खाओगे?
No, I mean, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't know.
Shrikhand
what
was too
else?
good.
I really thought you were gonna like say some sort of like vegetable or something. I don't know.
I like all vegetables. I eat, almost all veg. I like all meats. Insects and all I've tried, not a big fan.
What
Crunchy
sort?
ones I like.
Which insects have you had?
All these grasshoppers, ants.
Do they even taste like anything? Because they're like so thin.
I mean, they're mostly crunchy. They're all deep fried to death. There's some,
Deep fried to death.
They have some great seasoning on it, like salt and whatever. And
I think it's the seasoning that.
yeah,
Yeah.
that makes it. And while chugging a beer and all, it's nice. Chakna types. Yeah.
Have you had like scorpion or something like that?
No, I haven't. Yeah.
How can you eat scorpions? Aren't they like venomous?
I think.
Bro, how could you even eat crab? Like, who fucking thought like isko pad ke kaat
It's not even.
We didn't even leave those small sungtia, you know, the small shrimps. Yeah.
They are also fucked.
Isko sukha ke khate hain baki
It's fucking delicious, bro.
They're really
I
good.
saw this thing on the Discovery Channel where they made a chutney out of ants.
Oh.
It was like ant chutney, and
Yeah.
it looked like pretty good.
What did it look like? It was
Like
red in
ant
color?
chutney, man.
Mungi.
I can't
No,
describe
but
it any
like how
better.
much were they like mushed into? Like
They
the
took
chutney?
like some spice, like a spice mix that they had, and they put the ants, they had like a bag of ants. Or they were in leaves, so they would like put them in the bowl like that and mix it with the spice, beat it up.
Sorry if anyone's like a vegetarian who had to hear all of this shit.
Ants are barely like.
It's still, you never know, bro. People
Have you
feel
ever
bad.
thought about like doing a insect dish at any of your
There's enough veg
dinners?
and meat around to find ants and shit. Yeah, it's not my
It's
scene.
not something that you recreate here. Like if you're at the place where it's served, you like embrace the
Yeah.
culture.
No, you ask, like I've asked my Thai chef friends and all that, तुम लोग बचपन में ये सब खाया क्या? They बोलते हैं, no bro, this is just like, you know, touristy
Yeah.
gimmick that they're like, oh,
It's a
you can,
stereotype.
It's like a food circus.
yeah, उधर हो रहा है, public जा रहा है, photo ले रहा है, खा रहा है. You know, it's fun.
What is your favorite cuisine?
Indian food first.
Yeah.
I love Chinese food. That's what I started working in, and my foundation has been Cantonese food. I like all Asian food, honestly. I feel it's more flavorful
Yeah.
than most of European other stuff and all.
I feel like their food is more straightforward, right? Meat,
yeah,
bread,
meat, bread,
like
broccoli mash,
salad.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is also nice. Everything
Yeah.
spiced with salt and pepper, little garlic here and there, but it's not
So
as
bland.
powerful as
Yeah.
Asian
Yeah.
food.
Not as much flavor.
Even Mexican food is very flavorful.
Yeah.
American food is all fast food, so yeah, everyone loves it. I like it too. Yeah. But yeah, Indian food, Indian also. There's
Yeah.
so much to explore. It's crazy. But yeah, my most of my inclination has been towards Asian food, and that's what primarily I'm also asked to cook every time as a specialty, as they call it. Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about how you got into this, like doing private chef's club?
Oh, I just happened to get a call from Ranbir Kapoor.
Oh.
I had said that
Just
dude,
out of nowhere. Like,
Out of nowhere, actually,
Then
you
my
know?
boy Ranbir called me.
No, I used to. So before that, so I started my career at a restaurant. Worked there for 3 years. I started my own meal prep service, which was again first of its kind, way before Zomato was even delivering food and all. And for the kind of service it was, it caught a lot of attention from people from the movie industry who were looking for something like this, and get packed meals delivered to them based on their diet and stuff. And Ranbir was one of our clients back then as well. That business went well. Then we shut that business down. I had very different we were bad partnerships that went down, and got into another business that even that didn't work. And I was at a point where I just left that, and I was just trying to figure what I'm going to do next.
Yeah.
I've only worked in India and even did my education here, so I was probably figuring out that, okay, I'll go outside. I'll do
were you
something
cooking
else.
for Ranbir through this period?
No. During this entire business period of mine, where we did the meal prep service and stuff, that's the time I was cooking for everyone. Like a lot of Bollywood actors, Ranbir Kapoor, Alia Bhatt, Shahid Kapoor, Aditya Roy Kapoor.
All the Kapoors.
Yeah.
All the Kapoors.
even
Kareena Kapoor.
even Rakhi Samant was
Hey,
one of
that's
our.
so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Which
Shout out Rakhi if she's watching this.
if she is. Dude, I've had like some crazy voice notes that she would send to give her preferences and.
Can you?
Is she like that, like in behind the
Yeah.
camera?
That's crazy.
Now I appreciate it so much
even
more.
on voice notes, yeah.
See,
So
now
they
that
were-
I
they
know
were-
like she's the same, I appreciate it so much
Yeah,
more.
that's real. That's real
Yeah.
talk. Yeah, the whole time, whatever we see,
What did she? What would she have said on a voice note?
things like her food preference, and
Right.
suddenly some fasting and all she would do, and she would tell sabudana khichdi and all of that. And we are also thinking like, yes, protein caloric karega and all calories and all. Then at the time when she was trying to negotiate, she I didn't know she didn't have a manager. She was doing this by herself. But
Oh, she does all her deals herself.
I mean that
Back
time I'm
then,
talking like 10, 11, 12 years ago. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was funny because she was trying to bargain and she's gone and said something like, Babu, nahi hoga. And something. And yeah, it was a very, it was a damn funny voice note. Yeah.
Sending voice notes back then is so hard, bro.
Yeah.
Like, voice note is a
And
now
then
thing.
to talk about getting onto a service that will send you meals every 6 days a week and
Yeah.
every morning and all. But yeah, so lot of people back then. And I just decided to move out of this business. Very toxic partnership I was in.
Do you wanna? Can you talk about?
You and
it
me
much?
both, brother.
I don't know much about this, but yeah.
We'll talk about it off camera.
Cool, yeah. Yeah, something that was not really nice. It kind of, I'm quite happy that it happened at a very early age in my life when I was like 25, 26, doing this. But yeah, post that, I was at a point where I was trying to figure out what I'm going to do next. Probably work in a restaurant again because I was done doing this dabba meals and all. Like, bas ho gaya yaar, main डब्बे में खाने बनाने के लिए थोड़ी ना ये चालू किया था. You know? And that was the time when Ranbir reached out saying that, dude, I'm also done with this dabba food. I need a chef who'll come home and cook food. And so I went and met him, and it was my first meeting with him. And I'll just tell this about him. We were supposed to meet at some 7:30. I've reached at about 7:20. And he was in the gym in the building in the basement. I've just gone there, gone down to the basement. He sees me get in. He was sitting on the bench. He's gotten up, shaken my hand, and he sat down. He offered me to sit on the bench. I'm like, this guy's Ranbir Kapoor. He didn't have to like do that. I could have just stood and had this conversation. And he said that, please give me 5 minutes. I'm going to finish this set. We spoke a little bit, and we were supposed to go up and have this conversation. So that first interaction only was so like, dude, I mean, he doesn't know he's Ranbir Kapoor.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we went upstairs, we spoke. I went and saw the kitchen, and yeah, I just started cooking for him from that weekend onwards. And then he asked me that, do you have someone from your team or your junior who will travel with me? And I was like, where you have to travel? He's like, I have to go to Bulgaria for a shoot, and it's going to be for like good 40, 80 days and 2 schedules and all. I was like, yeah, sure. I'm free.
I'm the team. Take me to Bulgaria.
I'll check my schedule. So, yes, I'm free for the next 80 days.
no team, solo.
I'm the team.
I can come. And then I went there. I started. And this was during this movie Brahmastra that he was shooting. And there I was cooking for him. I'd also cooked for Alia before. She used to be one of our meal prep clients. So
They were married at this time?
No, they were. They just started dating, I guess. Yeah. And yeah, I was cooking for him. Then I also cooked for Ayan. Then there was Karan Johar who came there. He was the producer. Then his mom was there. And it was so nice and different and kind of challenging too, because we were in this Airbnb, not Airbnb, but like a hotel, apartment hotels, where you would have like a decent
Small,
enough small setup, like a sink, a little countertop space, and 2 inductions and a small fridge. Very tight setup. and you just have 2 pans. You just have one frying pan and a saucepan. And there I am, like cooking everything. Like you say it, we made makhni and all that also, and
Got
just
the
regular.
ingredients? Well,
Yeah. So you have to adapt to different things. Right? You won't get Kashmiri lal mirch powder. You'll get smoked paprika. You'll get tomatoes. You'll get
So there are
garlic.
alternatives that work within the
There's like a fine line that can work,
Yeah.
and you just put them together, and it kind of makes sense. And again, tomatoes are different. The garlic is different. It's the same, of course. There's pungency and the structure and all of that is there, but कुछ तो है यार. उन लोग का टमाटर मीठा था, It's the way it's grown, or I don't know.
It's the water now.
Yeah, water. Or even
Soil.
the agriculture operations, the one that you get in Bombay, I feel is good only, but it's not great. Yeah.
But is the fruit meant to be sweet? Like a tomato, is it meant
at
to have
its
that
best
flavor?
and peak stage, it's got to be having that little sweet nuances.
Tanginess to
Yeah,
it.
tangy of course because it's tomato, but it's got to have the sweet and
Sweeter
tang.
side.
Okay.
It's like the sweet spot, the peak if you eat it at, and I don't know, just the vegetables are much more fresher there for some reason. So went there, started cooking for him, and in that time he used to have a cook at home who, when we were in Bulgaria, quit. And then he said that, dude, I don't have this guy now. I'm like, I'll cook for you, and I'm also enjoying this. I have no problems doing this. Yeah. So started cooking as a private chef, and I would talk about it, what I'm cooking for him. Talk about how I'm cooking things out of a home kitchen, and to only realize that there's so much more. Before this also, when we did the meal prep business, we were doing this from a home, and then we got into a commercial kitchen setup, and also I've had a fair share of understanding of what all you can churn out from a home kitchen. But with him, I really pushed the boundaries because a bigger oven and a person who likes to eat everything.
What's the craziest thing you made at home?
Craziest thing I made at home.
Like for him?
By crazy, you mean like a weird food combo, or
No.
like
No, I
He's
mean,
saying he pushed the envelope.
He pushed the
No, I mean, thinking about cooking an entire leg of lamb at home is unheard
That
of.
is
You need to
wild.
have a big ass oven for it.
Yeah.
It's like 3.5 kgs of baby goat to about 1.82 kgs of a leg. Otherwise, this one time I cooked like a 3.5 kg whole leg
Jesus Christ.
in an oven, and man,
It fit in there though.
yeah. I mean, you have to fold it and all. Thoda,
Fold. Bend its knee.
pack it up thoda. But yeah, you could do that, and to bake like so many different kind of things, like make a choux pastry at home, and you make a cake at home, you're cooking a lamb at home, and fermenting things, and made our own miso, and things like tepache, which is like a drink, a probiotic drink that you make with pineapple skin and all. So doing those kind of things, doing a lot of lacto-fermented vegetables, making a sausage, not a sausage, but like a cold cut prosciutto, but with duck breast. So you hang it in
With
your...
duck breast?
With duck breast. So you hang it in your fridge for like 28 days, and you cure the meat and you thinly slice it and you eat it.
So all this you were doing at like his house?
Some of it at his house, some of it at mine. And I just realized that a home kitchen can be fully equipped to do a plethora of work.
Yeah.
Also cooking different cuisines every
Yeah.
day. You're doing Chinese, Mexican, Japanese, Italian, and American, Indian food, so many regional Indian food. If you have the right setup and the right set of equipments and stuff, I think it's ingredients and knowledge and skill set. Yeah, all of this, if you have, I think you're good to go.
One of my life goals is to either have like a tandoor or a grill. Not a grill, what
Like
do
a
you call it?
barbecue.
Like a
Barbecue.
barbecue, fully equipped to make anything at some point in my life when I have a backyard.
Oh, super.
Like, that's
Yeah.
You get small portable ones now. You can good enough to do like 3 tandoori rotis at a time, or you can do like just 1 or 2 legs of lamb, or maybe 5 sticks of
Yeah.
chicken tikka.
I've seen those nets also that you do it
For
over
the
the
fish,
stove.
yeah.
Fish or like
Oh, yeah, on the
tandoori.
stove, yeah.
I think
So
that.
those are the, see, it's all about understanding the application of heat is how it's going to be onto the meat or the veg that you're treating. It can be in an oven with the top grill on. It can be on a sigdi, which is going to be giving you the coal flavor and the coal smoke. It could be on a gas where you're cooking it over that.
Yeah.
Nowadays, you even have the blow torch, so you torch it up. There are various ways to get to the end point that you desire once you understand the science and how you get to it. So it's like you create a map. Okay, I'm at raw meat and I want to come to a shawarma at home. So in a home oven, the center thing stick rotates this way, but a shawarma spit is ideally this way. So. No, you don't do that. You just keep it like this and you slice it. Yeah. See that teda hai, but cooking though wahi ho raha hai. Heat is from coming from one side, and once you understand all of this, I think and wahi hai na, yaar, you need to know how to cut vegetables. You need to know there's so many things. So if you know how to use this to your best advantage and create something.
Yeah.
Man, yeah. Till the time you don't have to like ghisso stones to fucking make fire, man. Life's more easy nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah, cutting is the thing that I haven't been able to just crack
Clock
at all.
on.
Yeah. It's like
What do you struggle with most vegetables, or like only the onion and the
onion now
Onion
I've
is
gotten
easy
the
to-
like
The
Figured out.
handfully. Yeah.
But now if I want to make it into rings and like make caramelized onions, like that's something that I struggle at fully. And then when they're not cut the same way, they're not cooked the same way. Some of it cooks faster, some of it cooks later.
so some will be a
So
little
it's like
chewy.
uneven.
I'm so happy that you know that. Yeah.
Even I've experienced it. I didn't know it. Or even with tomatoes, like tomato, garlic, anything that you put in, unless it's cut equally,
Yeah.
it's just difficult to.
Some people do that purposely so that they have various textures of. Yeah.
I always blame the knife. I'm like, oh, this is not a cutting knife.
So, wo bhi hai na, yaar, how many good professional knives you would use at home?
None.
Everyone has that standard patla with that little saw thing.
Yeah.
Which is actually not good to cut.
What?
Yeah. It's just too small
It's
a
too
blade
thin,
and
yeah.
kitna aisa hi katega. Over the years, like there's so many knives also that you invest in. Specific knife for bread or chota kaam karne ke liye chota knife, bada knife. Yeah.
Have you guys seen those blades that they use like at the sandwich shop?
like a machete.
It's
The
like
little
it's a
thin
blade. It's not a
yeah.
knife,
Oh.
and it just goes through everything.
That and they cut it. They cut so sharp. Like they don't even use the board. They're just slicing tomatoes off their
Yeah,
hands
it's
and हाथ से ही काट रहे
I
हैं.
haven't seen that.
I've never seen this.
No, sandwich वाला ऐसा टमाटर हाथ पे ही लेके
Oh,
just slice that.
okay,
Yeah, the normal raste wala.
Yeah.
that
It's a
one.
real thin, long blade. Yeah, it just kind of
Insane,
works.
insane.
Yeah, those people have some, like I'm sure there is
Like
a level of skill that goes into that also, because they're like cooking so quick first of all.
True, yeah.
I mean, what they're cooking is nothing really complex, but it's just that to get it out in time and also let it be consistent every day of the year. I think there is some skill that goes in that.
Of course, and you do it based on what your means are, right? If you have a certain set of knives and a certain setup, तो अपना means में जितना तुम बना पाएगा वो अच्छे से बनाओ, and I guess that you see it across all sort of food skills. Like you'll see that in a sandwich shop, or you'll see that in a really top end restaurant as well. That the person who's cooking, they're always going to be very organized and have things very ergonomically kept, because it's more like a dance floor after the end of it. You let the butter and put the chutney, put the tomatoes in. So you have to be quick and have your setup, as we call it, or your station in a
Needs
kitchen.
to be,
Yeah, that station needs to be prepped and equipped enough for you to perform and sell food. Yeah.
I've always wondered, when it comes to restaurants, how do they consistently get the food to taste the same every day? Because I'm assuming that's one of the biggest challenges for a restaurant, to just get the food to taste the exact same every time they cook it. Because my mom cooks food, right?
Yeah.
And she'll cook the same dish, but it doesn't taste the same all the time. It'll be very close,
Yeah.
but you can tell the difference
Not
sometimes.
exactly the same, but I
Yeah.
think that's where the craft lies, na? You know,
Yeah.
top of the notch.
And
top
but
of the food
if you're
chain
cooking at
restaurant.
big volumes,
Then you
like
standardize everything. You weigh everything down to the
Processes
gram,
mein also.
and you
And
add
then you
it to
just
the
use
gram, and you make sure that your team follows the recipe to the
Yeah.
T, and your suppliers are the same, who are supplying the same quality of vegetables every day. Your sections and teams, restaurants are different, right?
Yeah.
अगर कोई फ्रायर में तो सिर्फ तल रहा है, कोई तंदूर पे तो सिर्फ रोटी मार रहा है. So they are just doing that job and going about with it. So that's how you create systems in a operation like this. And you make it so. Depends on the chef, like how
Yeah.
foolproof they are making it. Some of the work they would keep for themselves. That ये तो मैं ही आके करूँगा, because the rest are not equipped or skilled
Yeah.
enough to do it. So if you standardize things, it's easy. And that's how you scale.
Yeah.
How McDonald's. Have you seen that movie, that founder?
the founder.
The
Yeah.
founder.
They are even measuring how many steps they are taking to turn back to take the burger back from the grill to the packing station. So
Yeah.
it's so calculated to earn, because like you said, right? You put in so many hours for something that gets over in like seconds.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? Like the chicharron that we ate had a life of its own after death. For it to
Be what it was.
go out in a bite. Yeah. So
I feel like eating that biryani again.
How much difference is there in? Okay, in India we have so many restaurants. Like you walk on the street and it's just like restaurant after restaurant. Let's say a Shiv Sagar or a Mahasagar, or like what is the main thing that differentiates these people in terms of quality? Because the kitchens, I'm assuming, almost look the same everywhere.
yeah.
The kind of manpower that they get is similar. Vendors, everything. Like
Vendors also the same.
vendors are also the same.
Yeah, the same suppliers, right?
And the menu is also pretty much the same. Like
Same,
you have
yeah.
400 to 500 items, which is just crazy. I don't
Crazy. I
think.
know how you.
Yeah, I don't even
fit
know how
that
do
much,
they-
yeah.
Is India the only country that has
I
so?
think so.
No, even Asian countries, but वही है ना कि like if you see a Chinese restaurant, sauces will change. Certain veg and
But
here that will change. Chicken will be cut in like 3 different ways, and one will be grilled, one will be fried, one. That's the key to a good chef, of how they are designing your menu and making sure that you have every single
Yeah.
Variation.
covered. So, and that's also thought from a perspective that what is it that you want to offer in your menu, and it should be having everything for everyone who will walk into that door.
Yeah.
Even a Jain guy. And so you just design menus that way. And I do get this point that they all are the same and serving the same kind of food, but you only cater to a certain vicinity and a certain radius of people.
Right.
Not now, because now everyone delivers from a different city
Yeah.
to out here as well. So those gaps are getting shorter. But yeah, it's of how you weave a story of doing your masala dosa, or you probably just don't weave a story, you just make a masala
Just
dosa
make
and
it.
serve it. In fact, those restaurants won't even care if you say that, "Arey bhaiya, masala dosa aapka acha hai, maan chuda nahi khane." So it's
I hate rude hospitality. Like it's
I mean, service
service
is
is a very important part
the
of any.
entire thing.
But now
experience.
they are churning
These
out
guys
so
obviously are
many
different.
customers by
Yeah, they
the
don't give a shit.
Yeah, they don't give-
they don't give shit. They're like,
Yeah.
you get
Kya
up,
chahiye dekho?
eat, le kha, nikal, because
For them, it's just that constant.
constant churn out.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they're going to try and squeeze in some people
Yeah.
next to you also. Some
Yeah.
restaurants do that,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah.
sharing karega kya? Thoda डाल.
There are some restaurants where once you're done eating, now you can't sit and chat with your friend who you've gone.
Yeah,
they'll come and
they'll come
stand
and
next
they'll-
to you and
they'll
just
give you
look
the
around
bill
as if they're not there.
Uska business chalu hai na. Clock is running,
Yeah.
clock is
Opportunity
ticking.
cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would he give you a space to sit there?
What's your favorite restaurant in Bombay though, all you guys?
Ooh.
In Bombay, I have mine. Should I go first?
I don't know.
Or you
Go if you have one.
There's this restaurant somewhere in the south called Apurva.
Huh.
I go there. It's been a very long time since I've been, but they do neer dosa with a nice fried fish, surmai fried fish,
Okay.
and fish curry, and it's fucking delicious.
Shout out Apurva.
Kerala food, is it? Is it Fort?
Which one?
Apurva?
I think it's somewhere in the south. I'm not sure, but it's been a while since I've gone.
For me, it's this place called Sunny Kerala Food or some shit like that, and they're never open. Okay,
Like,
like
how are you eating from there?
sometimes they're open and I order and they do like
Sunny
nice
Kerala food.
Which is never open.
Kerala, like
Beef.
spicy Kerala beef or fish or whatever. And every time I've ordered, it's been very good.
I like Veronica's.
He likes slice.
You're
Fancy boy.
Fancy boy.
No, not a fancy. I have not
That's
eaten
good
that much.
burgers and all, yeah.
Their burgers are good.
Pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about this? I feel like there's a little bit of an uprise with these new American Delhi kind of restaurants, right?
Yeah.
Do you fuck with them?
I like few who are doing good stuff. So
Are there any names you can like?
I like Veronica's. They do a bagging burger. Sandwiches also are
Yeah.
pretty great.
Yeah.
Some of the burger places I don't really like because I don't understand how you can do a fried chicken burger with chicken breast. I would prefer a leg meat over breast. Yeah. So I mean, again, very personal opinion. And this Americanization has happened quite some time back, and it's good that it's going on, and I think it'll die out in some time or maybe not. I don't know, because how can you compete with fried chicken? I mean, that's something that's not going out of fashion, right? I feel more and more cuisines will be a part of our restaurant and ordering out culture, even more so now. So it's only a matter of time where you have more options to eat from.
Right.
Yeah.
Hotel Sunny. Be right back. Again, not the
I was wondering what is he doing on his phone. And then
The
check
food
out.
is great.
Lots
Hotel
of
Sunny
orders,
next time,
drivers
yeah.
are busy.
Yeah.
How, bro? And they rated 4.5.
What is your favorite?
I don't have like a favorite.
Like one or two top.
I like the Bombay Canteen, Veronica's,
Same.
that group. I also enjoy this joint called AB's in Mahim.
Barbecue.
No, it's Mangalorean food and it's a bar.
Okay.
Sort
Sick,
of a
let's
vibe.
go there.
Yeah. You guys would probably
I think we like
too.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mangalorean food is
We
Yeah,
love
ghee
we
roast
love-
and the
we love a
fishes. Yeah.
like within India, I think it's top 2 for me.
Yeah.
Like within Indian food, like South Indian, North Indian, whatever.
Yeah.
Mangalorean cuisine is just up there, and we've been there a couple of times, and we've eaten it there.
Oh, you went to Udupi?
Mangalore,
Mangalore, okay.
Mangalore.
Yeah.
And if you haven't been, you have to go.
I just recently went to Manipal University to this college, Vaksha. They invited us to do campus interviews, and it's kind of big thing for me and my team as well to go and recruit kids who are freshly graduating and.
So these new
That's what
7
you meant
hires
your-
have come
Yeah,
from
and
here. Okay.
that's
17 to 25.
Yeah.
Oh, you found some good ones?
Yeah. I've had so some of the team members have been from that college, and their skill levels right after college have been like top. Like they know and understand about food very well, and it's a really big thing, right? If a college is inviting you to come and recruit from, so in fact we got to know that they are even so happy with the kind of work that we are doing that they asked us to sign an MOU and they want to do a case study on the kind of work we are doing. So it was the food was great, the vibe was great, and to get such respect for the kind of work we are putting out, man, yeah. So great experience in Mangalore overall.
It's one of
But the first time only I visited, I'm yet to explore because I was only there to hire and
only that.
bounce. Yeah,
it's one of my favorite places to
There's-
go to just chill because the
Yeah.
food is great. They have the
Nearby
beaches.
yeah.
There's some place in Udupi, like near Udupi.
Huh.
There's this one lady who started the ghee roast thing. So basically, you have to call them up like 1 or 2 days in advance.
They say Shetty Lunch Home is the place.
Yeah.
And
No,
there's
there's some one
dispute.
lady.
Yeah.
So you have to call her up like a day or 2 in advance and tell her that I'm coming, and then she'll keep it prepared.
Wow.
You can't go there and eat, which is like kind
Gordon
of crazy.
Ramsay swag, yeah.
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 Some old lady making this.
There
at
is a
home.
place in Goa like that I discovered the last time I was there.
That
it's
uncle's,
called some auntie. called, I think it's called, the restaurant is called Teja or something.
Oh, the
And
thali place.
Yeah, they do fish thalis, and there is a lady named Teja who does the cooking, and you can like see her.
Man,
It's
Goa
pretty-
is so fucking iconic, bro. I feel like these things you only get to see there. Like,
Yeah.
I studied there, dude. I did my hospitality
Yeah,
there.
in Goa?
I was there for 4 years, yeah. Crazy.
Goa has nice food. Like
Epic.
I go to Goa to
Best
eat.
food, yeah.
It's
It kind of like I explored more of Israeli and all these other kinds of European food and steak and whatever seafood and all out there only.
you've been Goodfellas? Have you been to that restaurant?
No, I haven't.
It's really good. When y'all are in Goa, y'all should go.
Oh, check it out. But I'm talking about Goa when it was way back.
But yeah, what was college like in Goa? Because we all go to Goa to party, and you all are studying over there.
Very different, and man, this is like now what I graduated about 13, 14 years back. So back then, Goa was a very different vibe.
Yeah.
To what it is right now is. Yeah,
You feel like it's commercialized a lot?
Dude, we saw the first sunburn, first second, while I was there studying. So that time it was way
It's like
different.
2007.
Yeah.
6 or 7.
So way back, and now it's completely different. That time the party scene was different, the food scene was different. I mean, technically you wouldn't find food in Goa at any given point of time because back then they were not made like there was no Domino's or no, there was Domino's. Not like big restaurants would have come in. To get a plate of pav bhaji, you would have to go to Panjim to a certain restaurant only. Or eat a samosa maybe. You wouldn't get samosa otherwise outside. So, very different culture. You would get these crazy ass crab thalis and all for really cheap at every nook and corner. Like you would have your spots and you would have your ras omelette spots and all.
Like the Portuguese food. They have Portuguese food.
They have
that-
Portuguese food, a lot of Israeli community, so hummus and stuff quite big. Yeah, and mostly otherwise Goan food, the seafood and all was really great. So
Yeah.
I used to end up eating that. Plus, we were cooking in the college and also, to understand food from that level where you're studying about it was different. Yeah. It's fun, a lot of fun though. Outside Goa, outside college life was a lot more fun. Yeah.
What do you end up doing that you spend a lot of time partying and stuff?
You would have college Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Post 5, you're done. So you usually are going for a sundowner gig somewhere, going cracking open a beer, watching the sunset, chilling with your friends.
The
and
life.
10 o'clock parties would end, so you come back home and
10 o'clock they'd end.
Yeah, 9 bar and all used to be on through the week till 10, and only on Tuesdays and Thursdays there were these parties at Curly's and Shiva Valley, which would be on till 12-1. And then there are special days when there's some full moon night
goes
or
on,
something,
yeah.
then it's on and all. But otherwise, chill party scene. You're going there, chilling, hanging, coming back home, waking up, going to college next day. And weekends you're free, so yeah.
Does Goa have the best food in, if you were to like rank states where
Like
you
in the
get,
country?
in the country, like where do you think you get the best food in India?
Oh,
People from Delhi
See,
say it's in Delhi. People from
I have a very different outlook towards this because now I start seeing it from a very ingredient perspective. I feel the quality of produce up north and extreme down south is really
best.
The best.
Yeah.
What in the center is the places that I haven't explored, I don't know about. But if I have to compare that with what we get here in Bombay, poles apart. Like, bro, in Bombay, I would max go to 1.5 garlic naan. And I would start feeling a little full or bloated or whatever you make that feeling. I went to Punjab, bro, I could eat like 4 or 5 of them.
That's
They were
crazy.
so fucking light. And the minute I told my friend that, bro, इधर का गेहूं में ही कुछ अलग है यार. It's so clean. मैं इतना कैसे खा पा रहा हूँ? And he's like, bro, हम लोग like they're like we don't respect our flour so much, and now there's a different perspective when you're coming from outside and saying that, dude, your quality of flour is really
Also,
bad.
it's grown there, right?
Yeah. And maybe क्या है, to come to Bombay, you have to add multiple layers, bulk it up, and there's lot many hands go on to the production. I don't know what goes up, but
Also, you're keeping the best produce for yourself.
yeah, bro,
And
the
then-
best produce of India is all getting outside of India, I feel.
Oh, right.
It's going out.
Yeah. They will.
Sab export हो रहा है.
Export is always
Best
good
is
quality.
is all going out.
Yeah, I mean, when I
And
was
you
in-
need to have the right connections to get the India's best to you. So now you build your relations and people that way to get that stuff done for yourself.
Dude,
yeah.
isn't India the biggest, second biggest exporter of beef in the world?
It is, yeah.
First or second?
But all our
I
stuff
don't know
goes
about
to South Africa and all those places. But yeah, the month that they banned beef in Maharashtra, the slaughter of it, the sales from exporting beef to exporting rice, which is grown in Maharashtra because we have a lot of paddy fields, the income generated from the export of beef was way higher, like 3x to what it was from rice. And Maharashtra is known to grow rice.
Yeah.
So imagine यहाँ का cattle इतना ये हो रहा है. So what about the other states? And
That's something to think about, because if the goal for banning beef is to stop the slaughter of
The animal.
the animals, this isn't doing that at all. Like, they're still... It's just the people here aren't getting it.
see, but it's also very different, right? How much are we breeding these cows to slaughter? Most of it is for milking, and once it's done milking, then they are slaughtering it to feed people.
Yeah.
And most of the places are only serving you a particular part of that beef that is of buff,
Consumed.
Yeah.
that is consumed. Like most of the restaurants will serve you tenderloin. बोला बाकी का गाय किधर गया? एक ही क्यों सब हो रहा है, you know? So
तेरे
that's
कंजम्पशन के लिए नहीं है सर, बाकी के लिए पैसा कमाने के लिए है सर. We'll do whatever to make the money we want with it.
like I heard somewhere in the news also there's
You can't
some in whatever vegetarian family household business who don't
Eat
at all are
The
in the
number one
business of
exporters.
are in the business of selling beef, and I'm like, man, and the other industry that they are into is dairy, so I'm like,
It's
yeah,
also
bang
very
on.
similar. Like they say, the people who own like wine shops, they never drink.
Drink, yeah.
It's something similar to that.
But some people are good at business of it.
Yeah.
And some people are in it for the passion of it. And yeah.
It's a little weird. Like, I don't have a problem with it being banned per se if the purpose was to stop the slaughter of cows, because they're in Indian culture, they've always been sacred. I'm okay with that. But if you're just doing it as a show of, like, look, as a political play,
Yeah.
it's kind of...
But that's why the laws are different in different states now.
Yeah.
जहाँ पे जो जिसका बोलना ज़्यादा heavy है, the laws are made as per that.
Yeah.
So in certain states it's still allowed. In certain states it's still allowed to purchase from outside and sell out here.
Right.
So it's different. It's different that how every state functions and what their laws are.
Yeah.
Maharashtra में नहीं है.
नहीं.
It's not allowed.
I mean, I'm sure there are places where you could go source some nice beef, but then
I don't
it's
know.
probably under the
Undercover.
under the table.
Beef dealer.
Under the table.
No, I mean, I don't have a problem with it being banned. Like, if you go to
हाँ,
other
मेरे को भी-
countries, if you go to the Middle East, where pork is banned all over the place, it's just the way it is. Like, some
know,
place,
Yeah.
Some
and
place you get it,
some
some
place
place
you
you
don't
don't.
get
Yeah.
it. Like,
I'm
everyone
not a
has their
big
own
fan
rules.
of beef anyway.
It's not like you are losing out on options to eat.
वो पसंद
है बाकी सभी तो है ना, खाओ ना वो खाओ और क्या.
Yeah, it's not like you're losing.
हाँ,
out.
there was a lack of options for you, then ठीक है, I
That is
can maybe
different
make a
thing.
fuss, but there's so
Yeah.
much of variety in this country.
Yeah. I mean, when it comes to meat and stuff, India is like almost fully limited to chicken and mutton. Like, if you go to restaurants, like,
Yeah.
that's the main thing you'll get.
Yeah.
Then
I've only eaten
seafood.
chicken growing up, like mutton and all. Also, now I've begun to eat other meats. I think it's a very typical Indian household thing where
What?
it's okay to eat chicken, but not.
Even with chicken, like,
Other
most
animals.
families don't eat chicken every day.
Huh,
even
of
if
course.
they are, like, non-vegetarian.
I've grown up eating a lot of seafood.
Yeah.
And I'm half Maharashtrian and half Guju, so vegetarian and a lot of seafood growing up. In fact, I started eating chicken and mutton much later. Should not really like it as a kid, apparently. So I eat fish. And now, recently, I started, turning towards more pescatarian sort of meat choices.
Right.
Like choose more seafood. Just nicer, you feel better,
Yeah.
lighter.
It's also
Yeah.
my favorite form of protein.
Is it healthy to eat it every day? I've heard of things like mercury poisoning and
Nahi bhai.
stuff
Well,
like
if you're
that.
eating that kind of fish, now, if you're eating a farmed fish, then it's a different thing.
Gotta
Right,
So
right.
fresh
Sure,
catch from
sure.
the surface of the sea, it's pretty good. Kaisa is that, see, you have to also understand that you've not been a guy who's been, your family, your generation,
Yeah.
are there people who have been eating protein and carbs and fats in a certain amount and all. We all eat in a very community style. Thank you. Community style dining, right? If the curry is good today, you're going to take an extra roti or rice and eat with it. We don't have portioned out food as what a European diet would be. The steak, mash, and greens on your plate. It's pre-plated, pre-portioned. So, like I said, it depends on different diets, depends on how, what kind of choices you make to have a healthier way, a healthier lifestyle of eating food. So, yeah.
It's fun though. It's fun to figure out what you want and how you want to eat. Like right now, I'm figuring it out because when you work out, suddenly the way you eat changes by itself. Because you realize very quickly if you eat the way you were eating before while working out, it's just not. It doesn't work out.
True.
Like I've been going to the gym consistently for 2 weeks, and then I checked my weight, and I was like, I've actually lost weight. Where my goal was to put on weight. So
Put
now
mass
I'm
on.
trying to consciously eat more.
Yeah.
Try to eat more fats. And for someone like me who has super high metabolism rate, it's just now it's a challenge for me to eat more than I'm used to.
Wow.
So I'm trying.
But that's facts, because whenever we talk about health and fitness, we only talk about weight loss as a major subject. But dude, to put on weight is also a task for.
It is a very big
it's
task.
a
Muscle
very
up.
big task.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because the bigger narrative is there are so many malnourished kids, and we're talking about weight loss as a thing. खाना नहीं है लोगों के पास.
Abhi to wo sab
That Ozempic.
Ozempic is what's popping off right now.
Aussie. It's
I have no
it's
idea
banned in
what
India,
it does.
no?
I just know it
curbs
makes you
your
lose.
appetite.
Oh, so you
You just don't
so you're
feel
starving
hungry.
yourself to
like
weight loss basically.
Not
No, you don't
starving,
feel
but
hungry.
You don't feel like eating.
You don't feel like eating. It curbs your appetite. I don't know how helpful or I'm not experienced.
In the long run, I don't think.
I
it will
think
be
it's
too-
one of those things that in a couple of years people will
Yeah.
say, oh, Ozempic actually has these side effects, and everyone.
But Ozempic has been a
That
Ozempic
is
side
with
effect
everything,
is
right?
weight loss.
ज़्यादा study हो गया उसके बारे में, then you'll come to know that whether it's working or not. and
But I think his point was कि it's become some sort of a fad right now. So people will consume it more and more.
a lot of
Point
people
where
are on
they
it to see. It's pretty simple. Calories in, calories out. The amount you burn in a day, and if you have a surplus consumption of it, you're gonna put on that much more. And a lot of factors to this: your metabolism, your hormones, your activities that you do in a day. If you eat lesser and burn more, if you go in that deficit, it's pretty simple math. If you lose up about 7,000 calorie deficit, if you're in, you'll lose 1 kilogram of body fat. So this is now a structure. Now you create this structure. There are various ways to now know that, okay, how many calories you have burned today. And there's a way to calculate that how much calories you have consumed today. So based on your fitness goal, whether you want to gain weight, then you'll eat clean food of 2,000 calories and burn only 1,000 today. Or if you're burning 2,000 calories in a day, you want to up your diet to 3,000 calories if you're trying to gain. If you're trying to lose, you eat only 1,000 calories and burn up to 2,000 calories a day to have that 1,000 calorie deficit. So within a week, you drop a kilogram of body fat. If there's 1,000 deficit every single day. Now, for that, to achieve that, you have to make sure your meals are portion controlled based on a certain type of diet that you're supposed to eat. Certain food groups that are going to be helpful for your body. And how much of willpower and control you have over your tongue.
Cravings,
Yeah. It's all this, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Essentially, to lose weight, the main thing is to eat less and
Yeah.
to a level where you're still nourished.
And and this kind of helps because your appetite is curbed. You don't feel hungry. If you're not feeling hungry, then it's a win.
But it works very quick, right? Ozempic.
Yeah, because just instant effects was what I've heard, that something that very naturally, I don't know what's the science behind it or how it's
I know
helping.
it's used to cure diabetes.
Yeah, because so this something has to do with insulin spikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty cool though.
नहीं भूख लगता है उन लोग को.
Yeah. I mean, this whole weight loss thing is, there's so many layers to it. Like, it's not also always so
There's also a
straightforward.
hack, right? You're trying to do even a keto diet. It's a crash diet.
And then you put
It's
it
good
all back
for
on.
people who have diabetes again or cancer and whatever. They're trying to heal that with that. So if it's suiting your body, your lifestyle, and it's for the betterment of you to live longer or better, then you adapt to that and you adapt to those eating habits. But like I said, to each their own. It's very important to know tera fitness goal kya hai. What is it that you're trying to achieve with this?
Right.
Yeah.
Mine right now is to get as jacked as I can before the end of the year. That was my New Year's resolution.
Bro.
But I don't get
The
that.
amount you ate was very
because
little.
I wanted to sit down and have a conversation, so I didn't want to crash.
Okay.
That's why I had 2 coffees also after. But yeah, for me it was a
But
challenge
do
to
you,
eat.
Do you notice this, that how coffee is letting you wake up and
Yeah.
it cuts
Gives
off?
you that boost.
Yeah. Just maybe a stimulant or whatever you eat in the carbohydrates are not really kicking in for you to. Or if you eat more proteins only and kick the carbs out, how there's no insulin spike, so you don't really feel lethargic.
Yeah.
You feel a little more uppity, and you can go around with your day. And वैसा ही यार, there are these certain things that you eat and which is by your means and all of that. Once you know your pattern now,
Yeah.
bro, then you're set. Then you just have to nail it.
The coffee is a utility drink for me. Like, I treat it like that. It's a tool. I've stopped having coffee for no reason. I
Like, you don't have it
it only
leisurely,
when there is a purpose for the next. So before a workout, I'll do an espresso shot, just quick, easy, and it does the job. Or if I'm sitting down to work and I'm not feeling up to it, a cup of coffee will get me there. But I don't like the idea of just having coffee for the sake of having coffee anymore. Because then I get jittery. If I'm not doing anything and I'm idle, I get super jittery. My thoughts are all over the place.
Wow. For me, I live to eat. I want to eat a good fucking meal. I like drinking different kinds of coffees to taste and then forming my opinion on which one I like the most and how much it's roasted and whatever. Be it with anything that I put in my mouth. Yeah. Just I want to know it should be a certain caliber, standard.
Yeah, same.
Have you guys?
Sometimes I have a cheat day where it's just whatever. I'm
Those days we don't talk about. Those calories don't count.
Sometimes the standards are dropped. But
Fully. Sometimes your palate wants.
Palate wants more.
Pani puri.
Okay, let's talk. We've spoken about eating a lot. Let's talk about drinking now, because that's the whole other world. People who go to culinary school, I think they learn about
Not
beverages.
People who go to hospitality management. So hotel management, if you go to, you learn food production, which is the cooking part.
Right.
You learn F&B service, so how you serve beverages and food. That is what the second is. Third is housekeeping. Clean toilets, make your beds, all that. And
You used to bunk those.
I've done that. Yeah, I've done during
It's
my industrial
compulsory, right?
training. You gotta do all departments, and then there's front office, which is when you're a trainee, you're picking bags and you're going to rooms and all, and bellboy deliveries and all. It was different. Yeah, there are times that housekeeping was also fun. You get weird requests from guests to go and get things and.
Something crazy.
I was in Goa, and a lot of people think that it's easy to ask people for drugs who serve to your room.
Goa,
I'm like,
everyone just knows where that.
I'm like, nahi sir, mujhe to. Yeah. So you're at work, like, what the hell?
Yeah.
It's like आपको मिला तो मुझे भी बोला.
डीलर का नंबर भेज दीजिए सर.
No, but you see that a lot, and the whole restaurant culture and all is so spoken about, party culture. Yeah, that whole narrative is always going to be there, and people come out to have a good time.
Yeah.
Like imagine, would you ever guys do a gig in a dry state?
It'll be very difficult.
Yeah,
to
right. What do you people are going to have, like chas and all, and
Yeah.
party,
coffee.
coffee beer.
You'll get a lot of coffee. That's it.
Yeah.
But do you like cocktails with your meals, or are you more like a food person?
I like cocktails. I like to drink. Like I said, everything
is
has
your
to be a
poison?
certain standard and caliber.
Yeah.
I'll put in my mouth. No problem.
Do you have like a go-to drink?
Off lately, I switched to tequila more.
Yeah.
I've been drinking.
Everyone's on the wave, bro.
Yeah,
Tequila is
it's
the new
the
wave.
new
It's the
wave.
next thing.
Yeah.
So a lot of picantes. Picantes are my favorite. Spicy, khatta. Thoda.
You like spicy in a beverage? For some reason, it doesn't sit.
It's
I
nice.
like.
You
It
like
has to be. Everything has to be balanced. To it.
Yeah.
See, just mirchi powder. It doesn't work.
Yeah,
No,
that's
like
what
a
you
gin
need
and
for some-
tonic mixed, stirred with like a sliced chili.
Yeah.
It's like a quick stir.
Very unpopular opinion, but I don't understand the hype of gin. But Pia Exal, I don't get shit high with it. I think it's a hoax.
Yeah.
No, it gets you.
Like, kuch nahi hai usme. It's like this drink that you don't want to drink and you're drinking.
Yeah.
कुछ है नहीं और पीने के लिए इसलिए
Time pass,
पी लेते हैं.
yeah. Gin
I'll
is that
tell you
spirit
the-
I
for
used to
me.
like gin.
I'll tell you the appeal of gin. Okay, it definitely gets you drunk if you drink
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
But it's better than vodka, which was what people would drink before. Like if you're into clear
Clear spirits. yeah.
spirits, it was vodka or white rum, and gin easily beats them both. Like vodka,
I like
It's
white rum,
flavorful. I would give gin that.
The
That it
juniper,
has
yeah.
those nuances. Koi, मतलब, yeah,
There's a
black pepper
hues
is
of
there.
flavor,
and, yeah, there's a lot
You
of
can
flavors.
infuse it with a lot of things.
Yeah.
also it's the cost.
And
So
it's cheap,
you
yeah.
you're spending 1,500 on a very good quality gin.
True.
For 1,500, you're not getting a good quality vodka. You're not
You're
getting
getting
a
like a
good.
Smirnoff or something.
Yeah.
But to a whiskey drinker, you can't really.
Whiskey is the next level where I've come to now. Now I'm whiskey.
So I've always been a whiskey guy, and then switched to gin because it was in the wave.
Yeah, the wave was there.
And I started drinking and didn't realize dude, this is not doing shit to me. But it's good that it's not doing shit to me, so
Yeah.
I've been able to drink it. Then it moved to tequila, and now I drink sake and wines, and
Nice.
I drink all beverages. Yeah, except Maaza.
Why not?
What about Fanta?
Fanta also I like sometimes.
Yeah, man. Fanta is a little too
I
weird.
think Fanta is shit.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
don't want to say
Orange,
it's shit,
orange
but
soda is not nice.
There is a purpose for Fanta and Limca
Mirinda?
and
No,
Mountain
I'm
Dew to
sure,
exist.
yeah.
It's like you have it once a year.
No,
It's a once a year
Limca
drink.
and Mountain Dew can be consumed at any point
No,
of the
no.
day.
I got that way. Mountain Dew I dislike amongst the aerated drinks. Yeah.
Hush.
yeah.
Susu.
I thought you were a man of good taste.
डर के आगे नहीं है.
How can you like Mountain Dew? It's the best aerated.
Yeah, I have it once a year.
Best I would still back thumbs up. For me.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't like thumbs up. It's too sweet for me.
Oh,
For me,
Mountain
it's
Dew?
like the carbonation count. Like
The
it's
Parle G
maximum.
company made it.
Yeah.
I saw that
it's
reel
owned
the
by
other day.
Coke.
Parle, no, it's,
Yeah, it's bought over by
Parle-G,
Coke.
Bought
but-
over,
Bought
but the
over.
Parle G
Oh,
company
yeah.
started it as a competition.
But thumbs up. Limca also is quite fizzy that way.
Even I like, yeah. Limca is good.
Sprite. You know the part where these pet bottles that you get, the first time when you open it,
Yeah.
that time it's good. By the time
Then
it
it's
gets to
done.
the
Halfway through,
yeah,
it's
halfway
bad.
through.
we used to get the small pet bottles,
Yeah.
the, like 250
10
ml.
rupees.
The smaller ones.
Yeah, so
But,
that you have it in one go.
The cans
now,
are the best.
now I feel the cans. Diet Coke is what I've been
Tasting that aluminium is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it.
It makes it so much
can
better.
Mountain Dew tastes better than bottled Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
I think it's the taste of aluminium, that's why.
I don't think it's the carrier of what Mountain Dew is. It is.
It's
Mountain
the
Dew is just shit,
It's
bro.
the friends you drink with.
possibly. Yeah.
Like, See, when it comes to these drinks, I think Coke is like the undisputed king.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think no one will
Coke and
ever
Diet Coke.
come close to Coke.
But
And then there's
why do you think
everything.
Pepsi exists, but
What do you mean?
I mean, there's
Pepsi still exists in a market where everyone's drinking Coke.
but there's actually like a lot of people.
Every genius has its... every masterpiece has its cheap
I feel
copy.
like demand ही इतना है.
No, like Pepsi's also done good marketing for themselves.
Yeah, but I don't know
There has
of
to be
more
some
people
appeal
that
to
drink Pepsi. None of you all mentioned a Pepsi brand,
No.
if you think about it.
Yeah.
No, Mountain Dew is.
Mountain Dew is a Pepsi brand.
Ah, okay.
I love Mountain Dew.
Pepsi does good water. Aquafina is
Aquafina
great.
is good.
Yeah.
I thought Aquafina was Coke.
Aquafina
It's
is
Pepsi.
Pepsi.
They have the Pepsi ka thing on the...
Smart Water is Coke.
Smart Water is Coke, yeah.
Coke cracked it early, right? They got the cocoa leaves in.
I
don't know
That's
what's
where
there.
the
Yeah, that's where
signature
flavor
Coke
came
flavor
from.
comes from. They took
The
cocoa
cola
leaves.
flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With cocoa leaves, and it used to contain the cocaine as well at the start.
Oh.
Then they were like,
had to change
you
the
can't be
formulation
putting
of it.
cocaine into the world's most popular drink.
Whoa.
So then they found a way to extract the cocaine out and still use the leaves. So I think Pepsi filed a lawsuit as how do these guys get to use cocoa leaves in where it's banned.
Yeah.
And then they patented it also, so no other company can use it.
Oh.
So it's like a formulation
So
that's
no
only
matter
nice.
how hard Pepsi tries, they can't get that because the formula is
Yeah.
patented.
Wow.
So that's
like
do you even know about that they flip the can to see the Coca-Cola sign to be in such a way that the guy is like snorting a line?
What?
Yeah,
I don't
if
know
you
that.
turn the Coca-Cola,
Conspiracy.
yeah.
Or also the new side.
The new one.
It's the
The
new
old one used to have they used to say something like that, and obviously I don't think so. That's true, but
Yeah,
probably.
it's like a myth.
What do you think about Diet Coke? Do you think they are really zero
bullshit.
calories?
No, it's just nice to drink.
There
I like
might
it
not-
because aspartame is sweeter than normal sugar. So it's even sweeter than the normal.
It's-
Yeah, I
it's
feel
really
like
nice.
There might not be sugar, but there's
But
a
have you tried aspartame by itself?
no.
Okay, you guys should.
Is it bad?
No, it's just
Great.
it's by itself. It's
It's like a jelly
it's sweet.
bean.
Okay.
The flavor profile is sweet. You will have sugar or
Right.
aspartame. You will find sweetness in it. But yes, there are these certain nuances that you'll find. Like, have you tried stevia?
Yeah.
So stevia will have that herby notes to it. Same way aspartame has very chemically notes, and sugar has raw sugar notes. Yeah.
Mm.
Coke is one of those things that you have to be careful with because if you get hooked and it's like a thing that you consume daily, like there's nothing worse than drinking Coke every day.
Yeah.
Now it's just like once in a while I treat myself to like a can of Coke and it's the best can of Coke ever. But then it again goes away for like weeks.
Damn,
That's
I don't
good.
know how you put a cap on that. I
have
just
replaced it, bro.
fucking
So
downing that shit.
you drink Coke, the sugar is good, but you can get the sugar from somewhere else. It's the fizz that you miss.
Yeah.
So now I just have like soda,
Soda?
or Nimbu
Same.
soda.
Or sparkling water if you're feeling
Yeah.
fancy. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's so fun to order sparkling water.
What is the disparity
just
in
tastes
the
like
price?
static.
what is the,
Yeah.
Like Perrier at
Perrier
a
and-
decent
yeah.
bar will be like
A San
400.
Pellegrino, it's but I don't know how different it is than a soda or
It's the same.
it's naturally sparkling, no,
yeah.
right?
No, it's,
No,
I don't
I
know.
think it's just carbonated.
carbonated water.
Yeah.
Soda, I first
It's like very well branded. That means that
even the cans, like
I'm
the
pretty sure there has
Schweppes
to be
cans,
some
they look
difference.
like fancier than like Kinley or whatever.
Yeah.
Bisleri soda or what is that round bottle? The
Kin-
Dukes.
Kinley soda, Dukes, yeah.
But then they're all the same. Like I
Dukes has
haven't.
to been in the game for like forever.
Yeah.
We've-
Yeah. It's is it an Indian
Bisleri and
company?
all
I
is
don't think
new.
so. I don't think Duke's is
Bisleri
Indian.
is been
Mm,
quite
Bisleri.
good,
I
yeah.
think they've just started with.
It's great. It makes water like exciting.
Yeah. But can you replace it as regular daily use water? Like water you want to
You
drink?
could if you wanted to.
No, there shouldn't be a problem with you having
Nowadays there are these flavored waters as well, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
get this peach flavored and
That's quite stupid.
ocean.
I
Ocean,
used to
yeah.
think it's good. Then I read the back. and
what is
it's-
it?
It's
Sugar?
It's a bunch of
It's
sugar,
filled
man.
with sugar.
It's a fruit
like a
juice.
lot of sugar. Like you wouldn't. It's as good as
Imagine-
Coke only.
Coke only, yeah. I know.
It's fucking delicious though.
Yeah, it's
But
pretty
Bad,
good.
bro.
So it's
I
such
really
a
like the
milky
peach
beer.
one.
Disgusting.
it's such a good mixer also.
I personally like if you have the apparatus to distill fucking beaches and get the distill essence out and then put in water, that'll be great. But yeah, nobody's doing that.
Yeah.
So ocean for now.
With mixers, you're not supposed to mix alcohol with sweet.
Sweet. It gives you.
I know, but
Like a dehydrated.
I mean, why?
alcohol.
What is
The
wrong
fun
with
part is always when you do things that you're asked not to do.
not to? I mean, why is
I
there a
don't-
pina colada then?
But you do one pina colada.
Yeah,
you
you
can't
can't
like
drink it
drink
the
pina
whole
coladas
night.
the whole night.
I know
beg
some
to
friends
differ.
also
I've done
can.
that.
I will have
But
pina
then you wake
coladas
up with the
throughout.
worst hangover.
I only once drank like the whole night. I was using apple juice as a mixer.
Oh.
I was fucked for like 2 days after that.
Why?
The hangover was so bad, bro.
See, sugar
You can't.
dehydrates you,
Dehydrates
alcohol
you.
dehydrates you. You put it together.
You're just dehydrated.
I love pina coladas.
And he loves being dehydrated also.
I swear he loves being dehydrated.
It all works out.
Yeah. I've been there too. Like you drink more water after that. That's
Yeah.
fine. Like,
I'm a big water drinker. I like water.
Big water drink.
Like, every place ka water tastes different.
I think Aquafina has coconut flavor though in that pani.
Coconut flavor?
Or something.
There's
There's
a
something
little
nice.
some-
Very,
It's
something that's
nice though.
That's nice, which I feel from a coconut water, naril pani whenever I drink. I get very similar flavor. I don't know. I've gotten very
Deep.
Deep into
into
the
tasting
water.
water.
Have you tried these like mountain spring water type brands like Ava? And stuff?
Evian
Those taste
and
quite-
They
Ava.
fucking
Weird.
they're disgusting.
I'll
though.
tell you the Mr. one only of Vedika.
Oh, yeah. The one in the
Even
yellow
the
cap.
Himalaya, no, dude.
Yeah, bhai, they claim that the water is and they have people who taste the water. Their jobs are to taste this water.
They're not doing a good
And-
job here.
Yeah. And like tell whether
great.
it's like supposed to taste like that or not.
Yeah, there's black water also, which tastes like water.
It tastes like water.
Water is supposed to be neutral, right?
Yeah.
Why are we like so?
But water still tastes different places.
Yeah.
Like in Bangalore, it's very
in
salty.
In a copper cup, it's different.
Yeah, it
to
tastes nice.
in a-
Copper has flavor.
Yeah. But you gotta let it sit in it, and then you get the real flavor out.
It's supposed to be good for you.
And this is something I've noticed. You guys have had since the start. You used to
Yeah.
always have copper. Who got this habit?
I started with like I'd get bottled water,
Okay.
and then someone was like, "Do you get this for every episode?" I was like, "Yeah, it's just cleaner because people just open it."
Open and
and
drink it.
And they were like, that's a lot of plastic. And I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh, okay."
But that's a great move to
the copper glass.
the copper glass. I mean, something that stayed with me when I saw your podcast for the first time. Like, hey man, that's cool.
These have been scrubbed into oblivion. Like they've been,
No, you
Copper
gotta
ka bronze ho gaya.
You gotta like.
Pitambar, Gistambar.
they say
He's
Untriggered
like-
also. on there.
Oh, nice.
These are sent to us,
Oh, sweet.
Someone sent these
Someone
to us.
saw that and they were like, you
they
guys use it
noticed.
and you all have such dirty glasses. You're taking
nice.
Even
ones.
ours these have become dirty.
These ones my dad gifted us.
Yeah, he just got
nice.
them.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Is that you or
Yeah.
Stewie?
No, it's Amin.
Come on, bro. These are great for drinking also because, like,
You don't see your drink.
yeah, you don't see the drink and it's just it's open to interpretation. Like right now, I could be drinking anything.
Not
Yeah,
like
a lot of
5
people
times you
wonder
pour hot
that.
water
Yeah.
from the
Are you
kettle.
drinking and doing the pod or are you guys? Just
No,
like,
but why have we chosen to be discreet about
Because,
water?
It's not a good look.
yeah,
What is
in
the big
India,
deal?
it's still not a good look. And at the same time, when you're seen drinking and speaking, everything that you say is just like, oh, he's drunk, so he's saying it.
Yeah.
But at the
So I
same
don't
time,
want-
you're watching all the other podcasts of the West where they're fucking eating shrooms and all and doing the pod. Like Mike Tyson has eaten
Yeah.
this on the Joe Rogan
Yeah, yeah,
Joe
podcast.
Rogan one.
Here, if we do something like that, it's an NCB case. Like, like
Yeah, here you gotta
Like
be.
once shrooms are legal, then maybe we can
Mumbai-based podcasters caught
think about doing it.
eating magic mushrooms on something like that. No, drinking is still fine though. Like the drinking culture in India has evolved over
Oh,
the
a
years.
lot, yeah.
It's kind of dying down though right now, I feel.
No, it's
So,
not.
so the recent
Why?
podcast that I cooked on, it was all about alcohol, and they were saying that I saw that whole episode, and they mentioned that the millennials are not really drinking
Yeah.
as much.
Gen Z is
The
not.
Gen Zs are not
we
drinking
spoke
as
about-
much.
we've
Yeah,
spoken about
sorry,
this, that's what I
millennials are. The Gen Zs are not drinking as
Yeah.
much, and I
They're
don't know
doing
how much.
something else, right?
Or being sober. Yeah.
Sober is the new.
A
drunk.
lot of them.
It was like basically I think we kind of figured out is because when they were growing up, like their formative years of 17, 18, 19, when you generally start drinking, they were in the lockdown.
But
So they were all
would you
locked
guys
at
all
home.
be Gen Zs then, right?
Yeah,
We
like-
are technically Gen Z,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
we're quite like
We don't give
98
that
onwards
off.
is Gen. 97 onwards.
97 onwards is Gen Z,
Gen
and we're
Z.
98.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we're Gen Z with a millennial upbringing. That's
Yeah.
like that.
Your parents are peak millennials probably. No.
No, they'll
No,
be
no,
no,
boomers.
yeah,
Much
yeah.
older.
Like
They'll be
born
boomers,
70,
yeah.
1970, 69.
60s.
Yeah, mine was in the 60s. Both my
I
parents.
don't know why they removed this whole category to segregate
Classify
people.
the
Yeah.
generations.
Because
yeah.
our habits and a lot of it
There's-
has to
yeah.
do with like consumer patterns and like a lot of it is
Yeah.
that like how does
Market
Gen Z
insight.
consume content? How do they consume product? How do they consume this? Like you said that Gen Z isn't consuming alcohol as much.
That's how they have come up with
Exactly.
the graphs like to understand
Yeah.
how they are
But
calculating the
that's
age
why,
groups.
right?
That's the reason why.
The
And it's
purpose behind
easier.
it is
It's
to understand your consumer and
It's always better to target the younger audience because they will be your loyal customers.
Longer
eventually.
customers.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean that's what we do with this podcast. Like a lot of the people who watch this are 16, 17, 18.
Oh, all right.
So for them like this whole alcohol conversation, I hope it's not relatable. to them.
I hope
like-
that we find a lot of young people wanting to cook more.
I was gonna
Yeah.
talk about
Yeah.
that. Would you say it's better to go get formal training or just like kind of figure it out on your own and
See, formal training obviously helps. Education systems now are way better. You also, it's not only the education that you get, but it's the people that you're going to be working in the future as well, right? Because you meet them in college, and if you're all
Right.
going to be in the same industry, these networks and connections are something that you build on and
Yeah.
you work over the years in the same trade if you're in. So, and what happens, what I've seen is, at least in my circle of friends, like we were a batch of 200 people that joined hotel management together. At the time when you start off, there are maximum number of people who want to become a chef. About 50% of them die down within the first year itself. Then the second year comes in where they get on-the-job training. Then you go to a hotel and do like a 6 months industrial training. That's when more 70-80% get filtered out because they're like, dude, I don't want to sign up for this life. And then even if you graduate and still decide to do this, a lot of people leave this because it's not a well-paying job
at the start?
at the start. Even down the line as well. I mean, things have gotten better now, for sure. And restaurants are a good way to earn a decent income and all of that. But yeah, there's still. It's not as much as. I mean, I had that going on for me as well. As soon as I got out of college, I always knew I want to become a chef from a very young age, and did everything to get to that point. But when I got out of college, I started bartending because I had done a bartending course with a few of my friends back in Goa, but was not interested to do bartending ever. Just that we were 4 friends and 3 of them wanted to do that course, and we only had 2 bikes to roam around. So I was like, "ठीक है, मैं भी आऊँगा." And learned little cocktail making and mixology and flair bartending and all of that. But I came back to Bombay and I was not finding the right job that I wanted to work towards. Like I knew I wanted to do Asian, so started bartending. Got into events. I even did a little bit of call center. Just because those are better paying jobs than kitchen. But after doing all of that, I still realized that, dude, I'm not very happy doing this here. Like bartending also, I want to be on the other side of the bar. Fucking, I don't want to be making drinks and all for people. And yeah, then I decided that, okay, I'm going to find a job and start working at cooking. And ever since that day, like I found the right job that I wanted. Started working in this restaurant here called Yao Cha in BKC.
Yao Chow?
Yao Cha. Yao at Cha.
Yao at Cha.
Yao at Cha. Yeah. So
This is an Asian restaurant.
It's an Asian restaurant. It's a tea and dim sum house. It's it used to be a one Michelin from London. It was a franchise brought to India.
Okay.
Another part of the pre-opening team for Bombay here in BKC, and then went on to open Bangalore and New Delhi with them. So my foundation has been from Cantonese cooking, and what I realized is that we study French cooking in colleges because they have the best. I mean, they are the ones who created the whole. I would say. Hierarchy, and they documented culinary very well. So that was then adapted by everyone who wanted to open started a hospitality school, and that was then globally adapted by everyone. And they made their teaching modules based on French culinary. But when I entered a Chinese restaurant, I realized that it's very much the same. It's just that the Chinese and Indians have never written about it, documented, or spoken about it. Even these guys have sauces. Even these guys have, the way they treat their meat, or the way they cut their vegetables, and the cooking process, and the kind of staples that you have. Like a pasta and a noodle, it's pretty much the same, but done in different sauces and so on. So it's very important to ask yourself this question: that what is it that you would be happy eating 7 days of the week, or happy cooking 7 days of the week once you're out of the college? And for me, the first answer was Indian, or very close was Asian. And that's why I chose to work in an Asian restaurant. And
You love that food, so you want to make it.
I want to know how to do it. And most of my friends who were interested in kitchen and all, they all wanted to learn European because that's more appealing and more fine dining, so it catches that kind of eye. So what I was trying to say is that a lot of people who started off wanting to become a chef, entered a hospitality or hotel management or a culinary school in specific, leave out of it and don't want to do that life further because it's not paying well or it's too demanding. It's physically very intensive. So in the end, they quit, and there are very few people who are still remaining who pursue this as a profession. I feel we as a country need more chefs. Like I said, we have very big a population and we don't have enough hands to feed the whole population. So if 16, 17-year-olds are watching, be a chef. You get great perks now, and great places that you can cook and learn and provide to the society.
I think it's one of those things that if you put in the effort and get really good at it, there is no reason that you won't earn well or make it. Because if you're a good chef, there is you're not going to go apply for a job and get rejected because, like you said, there is a demand for it all the time.
For sure.
So.
But see now, it's very subjective, right? 'Cause the kind of restaurant you're getting into,
where it's located,
what is the kind of cuisine that is appealing to you? Like, do I want to be a Japanese chef? Then I'll go to a Japanese restaurant and start making. But whether I'll get to work in the sushi section or whether I'll get to work in the ramen section depends on the operations and the kind of manpower that is there, and that usually is the learning curve for you, because जहाँ पे वो restaurant का ज़रूरत है वहाँ का काम you are doing and learning more about it. But with the kind of work that we are doing right now, we have that. Some of the questions that one of my chef came and asked us was, chef, मैं तो Indian खाना बनाता है, how can I make Chinese food? And I'm like, because you know how to cut, you know how to cook, you know how the range works, you know how oil works, you know how heat works. How can you limit yourself to just
Just
cuisine?
one cuisine, yeah.
So that's usually the notion people get stuck to. And I feel with this, if you use this as your creative outlet to put yourself, wanting to whack things, you can, the sky's the limit. There's so much around you that you can play with and have fun with. Like I said, you want to eat good food every day. You gotta,
I mean, it comes down to that, but at the same time, it's an art form. It's an art form that involves a lot of technique and skills and also science. So
it does.
If you master it, there is nothing like it. It's one of the.
I agree to that, but now so many years in the scene, I feel you can. I feel I want to do something in music. Because I don't think so food is able to touch that many people as much as music does.
Right.
Yeah. Music, I think it's like a universal language.
I've heard, it's interesting you've said that. I've heard that from like comedians also. They're like, we do this, and I know I'm a good comedian and I make people laugh. But like the hold that a musician has over a
his
crowd
audience,
is just something that I know I will never achieve.
Bro, my musician friends are on the opposite. They're like, you're mad. You think food has more touching deep? I'm like, no, bro.
No, but food is, I feel like food, you could say that about food because it's more vital, to you as a whole.
It's functional.
Yeah.
Your relationship
It's
with
very
them.
intimate also.
Yeah.
Like it's something that goes in your body, as funny as that sounds.
Yeah.
And just like a song, it could even like a meal, there's more of a chance a meal makes or breaks your day,
Yeah.
No, true, that is there, but kitna, like when I'm on a particular diet of following something, I'm eating as per functionality. 9 baj gaya, chicken khao, broccoli khao, kaam pe jao, so jao, whatever. So there are only few days that you are really enjoying your food, and or you are at a stage now you want to eat everything like top. Yeah, every meal has to be like a feast or whatever. Just good variety or just a good cooked meal that you want out of it. So it's varied. Yeah.
So when you say music, what do you mean?
Music, I feel food, I feel evokes only joy as an emotion out. Music has actually no food also can do
Also make you upset.
sad and many things. I don't know, just there's something about music that I feel it evokes many more emotions than just joy, sadness, and the amount of say if food touches 5 emotions, music touches 10.
Yeah.
And since you're seeing food also like an everyday thing, so itna you don't emphasize on it. Music is still for I don't know,
Occasions.
something. I don't know.
The music is used in different ways. Like music can stress you out also. Like if used in let's say in an action sequence where the director wants it to be
The
stressful.
score is set up to do that. Yeah.
I mean,
No, I'm not talking about that music. I'm talking about
Like a song.
or playing
Yeah.
instrument. Like you are
Yeah.
into music.
Yeah.
All 3 of you. Yeah. It's a different feeling, right?
It is a
But if you're
different
standing on the
high
decks and you have 100 of people
Yeah.
that you can.
The thing is that 1-2 hours of their life they're dedicating to you,
Yeah.
which is something.
and
Insane.
you're responsible for how they feel that night.
Yeah.
Like if you play a bad set, they're like,
Same about, I guess, with food also, right? Someone's there for 2 hours and you're there
Yeah.
to make sure that they eat right. If they don't, it's got to leave a bad review. And yeah, that's. But I don't know. I still feel maybe it's just a creative glitch after many years of
Yeah.
being in this
you
world.
need that other thing. Or
Yeah.
the one thing I've realized, if you have this one thing that you do and you're good at, you
gotta
also
have
need
another
this
thing.
other
Yeah.
thing that you do and you're kind of good at.
Yeah. कुछ बजाना पड़ेगा.
Yeah.
Pick up the guitar, bro. It's
No,
time.
the handpan is what I'm keen on.
Oh.
The what?
That also you
The
also pan.
handpan.
Oh, okay.
Closest thing.
It's like closest thing.
Yeah, there are like 2 walks that are
Yeah,
put
I know, it's
together
2
and-
walks
Bro,
that
I've
make
played on
music.
it once. You play anything on it, nothing sounds bad. It's just so peaceful and it's so good. But yeah, man, cooking by itself takes so much of your time with the kind of work that goes around it. Like the biryani we ate took some great amount of hours for it to done. So
It was worth it.
I-
It was worth every second.
So, the time that you can allocate to something new, as of now, I probably don't, but as and when now we have a larger team and the team grows and the work grows, I guess, I'm going to try and put some time off to learn handpan. It's been on my list for a while now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should do it.
Yeah.
I wish you all the best for your handpan journey and also the rest of your journey.
Your
with the-
Pan-Asian journey.
All the pans in your life.
No, but what you're doing is very.
It's sick, man.
It's
Yeah.
very cool, and
Thank you, thank you.
it's good that we know we have access to a meal like that. It's just like it made my day, and
Hey, thank
to
you.
sit
Man,
down
if
and
I-
talk
if-
to you about
If
it.
I'm being honest, I've been wondering about that food like for a while.
He's
now.
waiting for us to get done.
waiting to go back and eat some
I
more.
don't think there's any left. I think we.
It's over?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
there
Done.
would be some, not the ribs, the
biryani.
Biryani.
maybe.
Okay, we'll go check.
Maybe
Let's
someday
check
if
it
I have
out.
a restaurant, then yeah, you guys will have more access to this.
Of course,
For
yes,
sure, bro,
soon.
for sure.
But
We'll be
for-
regulars.
For now, I can come to your house and cook food for you.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for doing this.
Okay, pleasure. Thank you for
Chef
having me.
Harsh,
Cheers.
everyone go check out the Private Chef Club.
Thank you.
If you can afford it, great. If not, then just see
Thoda
it from
awkward,
outside.
Thank you for having me, guys. Cheers. Oh, sweet.